What's up, everybody? I'm Jeff, coming at you with another episode of Good Morning Pop Culture. Today is September 19th, 2018. It's 7:46 a.m., and it's time to start the show. So we're coming off last night's High Council, where I'll call last night's show the most perplexing episode of the High Council. We discussed the intricacies of time travel, interdimensional space travel, and some other stuff. I really wasn't paying attention. But I'm back this morning to talk about the first 24 hours of Captain Marvel, what it means for us, what it means for the comic book industry in terms of the films, and a whole host of other topics that you can only get this spin from Good Morning Pop Culture. So as always, we have to wait until we hit our 200th viewer, which, well, we're damn close. We're already at 134. So while we're waiting to hit there, good morning to everybody. How are you all doing? It's unseasonably hot around here. So I'm dreading the afternoon. It was 100 degrees, close to it, yesterday about 5 o'clock. And I am not a guy that likes extreme temperatures, especially when I haven't eaten. I become the Incredible Hulk. So don't bother me when it's hot and I haven't eaten, or else I will go apeshit. So we have a super chat already from Gojirify. Jeff and Jeremy equals YouTube's Bert and Ernie. I do not share a bedroom with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Neither of us have. We both have curly hair. I don't want to, confirm or deny that allegation. So I'm going to go with, but before that one, we had our friend Mareth Aline send a super chat that says, "Sup, Jeff, got called into work early today, so have a good one, and Han shot first." Well, Mareth Aline, I hope you still heard that message. Yes, Han did shoot first. Han was the only one to shoot, and I hope your early day at work goes fast so you can catch up with all of your friends here on World Class Bullshitters. Let's see who else we got. We are almost to our 100 or 200 viewers. Well, it's funny to think about the Captain Marvel situation. Let's look at the dislike ratio. Let's look at all that stuff this morning. Because the first 24 hours of the news cycle seems to be when the hype is at an all-time high. But correct me if I'm wrong, the hype doesn't seem too high with this movie. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not paying close enough attention, but I'm looking for articles, and I haven't found the bullshit feminist rhetoric one yet. So that'll probably come out today. They're trying to hope I maybe forget about it. Well, it's not going to happen. Believe me. We're going to be on this one. Kenneth LaRock, thank you very much for your generous super chat. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Kenneth LaRock, and thank you very much. All the way from Canada. So stuff like this puts the world in world-class bullshitters. It's nice to know we have a far reach, much farther than Solo. But stealing Solo is going to do better than Solo, a Star Wars story. So, folks, make sure you check that out. Link is in the description below. We're so close to that stretch goal. We can hit it today, and then everybody gets their Star Wars, their early bird certificate. Not Star Wars early bird certificate, just a certificate. Yeah, I've played Tekken quite a bit. Gojirify says, the woman she punched on the train was her agent. Well, Gojirify, thank you very much. We'll talk about Captain Marvel's old lady punching. It was funny, I guess. I don't know. I want to show the film the same respect as the other ones, because you have to avoid all the allegations of sexism. So what you do to critique this film is you go deeper into it, so no one can misconstrue your words. That's where we come in, because when we criticize Star Wars or Kathleen Kennedy or all that other stuff, we're not coming off as, oh, she's unqualified because she's a woman. No, we say she's unqualified because her previous qualifications have her dealing with finances and copyright and stuff like that. She's not doing the creative side. So now that she's in charge of the creative side, things are falling apart. So do you see what I mean when I talk about Captain Marvel? It's not enough to, not enough to just say, I dislike it. It looks like the old, boring Marvel stuff. No, you got to go a little deeper so people can't use the argument, are you intimidated by women? No, not intimidated by women in the slightest bit, but bored women with no charisma just don't get my wallets to just magically open up. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. We had a really fantastic time yesterday morning. So let's see what let's see. We have Wired. We have all kinds of places that are talking about the Captain Marvel trailer. I guess it was just since I last looked. Oh God, in-depth Hollywood Reporter, how Captain Marvel's breaking new ground. I'm going to have to do a separate video on this for tomorrow. So let's get that other Toys R Us Star Wars video up. 50,000 views. And we'll put out the next one. Three things. Oh, Vox. Oh God. It hurts to know that I have to look at these things. It really does. I know I have to take off the Band-Aid and just start it, but at the same time, it's going to hurt. And I really don't want to have to go down that path. Lost a lot of good men during the Battle of Black Panther, February of 2018. A tough time. You guys remember, Ted on the show? No, you don't. We lost Ted. We don't talk about Ted anymore. Billy Ritchie, thank you very much for your super chat. The reflexes of a dead cow have more facial expressions than Captain Marvel. Oh, that's about as attractive too, man. There was a great post. I'm trying to find it. It had every Captain Marvel scene, and it was just her face. And it was, there was no expressive differences. Let's see if I saved it to my phone, because I'm on a 2-device operation now. While you wait, folks, discuss amongst yourselves Brie Larson's voice, hot or annoying. All right, I found it. So let me get this to the computer, and we can start looking at it. Are we close to 200 viewers? And we're well past it. So thank you, everyone who's here. Good morning. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters. Good morning, pop culture. As I said earlier, we're coming off a high council. Maybe not the best high council. It got a little confusing with, all the time travel discussions. But maybe everyone liked it. Who knows? I could be wrong. I could be the guilty party. Speaking of the guilty party, though, let's take a look at this image right here. Now, no one will ever accuse Brie Larson of overacting as Captain Marvel. Why? Well, because she's barely acting. I didn't really get the whole I'm dead, dead, dead thing until I saw this image. Because maybe I wasn't paying attention to the trailer as much as I should have. Maybe I couldn't emotionally handle the weight of Captain Marvel. It was so powerful. The first female-led Marvel movie. Her, a hero. Well, like I said on the High Council last night, you are a zero, my hero. And check out Brie Larson. She has zero charisma, zero interest. This is how Hollywood wants to portray a strong woman. Bored or dead inside. And this came from another Facebook group. I did not make this. This was not created in World Class Bullshitters. I believe this was from How Ryan Johnson Ruined Christmas or something. But it's funny that this is how 2018 politics color a strong woman. Look at Princess Leia. We all consider her the progenitor of the strong female sci-fi character. She showed emotion. She was upset. She was human. They take away humanity in these characters, male or female. Well, just really with the female ones to prove a point. They can't show any kind of weakness. Iron Man cries. Spider-Man cries. Look at Star-Lord. He let his emotions get the best of him. They were stupid and caused him to, lose the battle to Thanos. But all I'm saying is those characters showed emotion. The ladies from Black Panther, a little more stoic than I would have liked, but in their case, they are warriors from a fictional tribe in fictional parts of Africa, so I get it. Black Widow shows some emotion, so I like her. That's why I think I don't really relate to the character, but I can sympathize with some of the stuff she goes through when she talks about the Red Room and how she was sterilized and stuff like that. The SJW crowd, before we were all, throwing that label at them, were really up in arms about that scene. They were like, oh, is she a monster because she can't have a baby? No, you misinterpreted the entire scene. And Soy Boy Joss Whedon was the one who kind of just went off the reservation and shit. I'm so glad he's no longer involved with the Marvel properties, because if he was directing this one, his nerd boner would be really hard for this film. Yeah, Black Widow is definitely hotter. She's no Gal Gadot for sure. Even if you take looks out, because again, if you want to really tear this movie apart critically, you got to be able to remove the looks and, the TNA. I personally, as a man, I think of those things. But when you're critiquing stuff like this, you never want to give these people more ammunition. Q has that line in "The world is not enough." I always taught you two things: never let them see you bleed, and always have an escape plan. Well, the things I try to teach you on this channel are how to critique something and how to avoid being called an ist, a racist, a sexist, whatever they try to throw at you. Because there are ways to critique and destroy their arguments and hurt them even harder than saying, "Oh, your movie looks like shit." Mareth Dealine, thank you very much for your super chat. Just walking into work now and emailed the pic from yesterday to you since Facebook wasn't working with me. Oh, okay. Well, I will make sure I check that out. And Mareth Dealine, thank you very much for all you do. Folks, I put the Luciferi stuff in yesterday's video, so help our buddy out, Mareth Dealine, and check out Luciferi stuff on Patreon. The many faces of Brie Larson. Yeah. The weird part was her voice for me. It was so high-pitched and shrill. I did not imagine it. I thought she was going to be talking real deep like this and say, "I'm a woman and I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and whatever, blah, 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 blah." And we didn't get that, thankfully. We got, "Hi, I'm Brie Larson. I hate everybody." There's my inner Ethan Van Sciver. Are you sure Brie isn't a mannequin with faded on it? And if she was, would Dion bang it? Well, she's white, so the answer is yes. But I am concerned that she's going to beat up Thanos. I am concerned that she's going to be the be-all, end-all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I will go as far to say as if she comes in to beat up Thanos, then Infinity War Chapter 2, whatever it's going to be called, is essentially Justice League, because that's exactly what happens. The heroes are all whooping ass. They're doing pretty well, and then Superman comes in to kind of finish out the job. Except Superman is likable, iconic. Henry Cavill's not a douche. He hasn't gone out of his way to attack fans. Brie Larson has. Brie Larson has 100%. And that's a problem. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for a lot of people. So I'm looking up these articles. We have why Captain Marvel punches an old lady in her first trailer. I don't really care. It's a Skrull. That's probably all it is. Or maybe it's a mistake. We have Captain Marvel. They're talking about trailer cues when the Marvel is set. Well, it takes place in the 90s because they told us that. And they told us it's meant to be a comedy. Doesn't look too funny if you ask me. And then, let's see who else they have. Captain Marvel. Oh, God. Here we go. Wired. The first Captain Marvel trailer will pummel you with 90s nostalgia. Man, they even used the image of her face in the cockpit of the plane. I'm not saying she's got to be smiling, but she's got to show something. It's just like Boredom, a Brie Larson story. Does anyone here have a favorite actress? Is that favorite actress Brie Larson? Because if it is, reevaluate your life. Yeah, they've said it's supposed to be a comedy. Oh, God. Listen to this. This comes from Wired. Just enough technology that we'll recognize in the real world. Just old enough that we don't need cell phones in every scene. Not to mention the added synchronicity of Marvel's first female-centered standalone film happens during the birth of third-wave feminism. Seriously, guys. Do you not want money? We're not going to just roll over because there's a red logo that says Marvel 10 on it. Nobody gives a shit about third-wave feminism in films. Keep it in, I don't know. I was going to say keep it in college. Even there it doesn't work. Fuck it. It's almost hard to start this battle again. I'm being honest. We're doing it with Star Wars. That shit is a never-ending battle. And now Marvel's doing it. It's really just a battle against Disney and all their stupidity and how they need to realize that going woke doesn't benefit them. Doesn't benefit the fans, doesn't benefit the shareholders, the merchandise partners, none of that shit. I got a video coming out talking about how Marvel's going woke on the toy shelf, just like Star Wars, a force for diversity. It's everywhere. I think what's happening now is there is the pushback from Star Wars, And the writers believe in this crap because they're morons. They don't have anything else to put, they don't have anything else to like hook up to. They're like, well, I'm not that smart. I know this. And this job doesn't pay me well, and it's all I'm qualified for. So I'm going to make sure I'm in with the right people so I can be safe. So some loud, bitchy dude on the internet can fight for me when I get fired for being underqualified for my job. That's the entertainment media. So thank you, entertainment media, for making yourself irrelevant to the smarter people out there, the people that listen to this show and the High Council, and actually pay attention and read between the lines of your garbage articles. So, how Captain Marvel is breaking new ground for Marvel. Unlike Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, the studio isn't leaning into laughs with Brie Larson. See, that's the difference. They said this was meant to be a comedy earlier on. I'll find an article when I do my separate video on this. Kevin Feige said it was meant to be funny. Higher, further, faster. Those words not only from the tagline of the latest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also the film's approach to cementing Captain Marvel's place among the already thriving pantheon of heroes. Well, let me rephrase the higher, further, faster with desperate, unwarranted, and unworthy. Captain Marvel, just stay home. It's like Black Panther. Captain Marvel and Black Panther are very similar. Well, we have female superheroes. We've had them since Iron Man 2. Yeah, but we don't have the ones with the superpowers, the ones that can emasculate everybody and be the best at everything. Oh, so the thing you fight for has been achieved, but now you're going to fight, you're just going to make it, add another qualifier to it. Well, we've never had a black-led superhero film. Oh, we did over 20 years ago. We've had 2. We had Spawn. We had more than 2. What the fuck am I talking about? We had 3 Blades and 2 Spawns. Well, he wasn't a king. You see, they always try to add more. They always try to add just another little thing so their cause can be relevant and be continued, so they don't look like the crazy yahoo that they are. The film's trailer, released Tuesday morning, wastes no time in not only establishing Captain Marvel's tremendous power set, but also, God, I hate this, but also, blah, 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 where'd it go? But also distinguish her from heroes that have come before. Chief among the difference factors that Brie Larson's Carol Danvers was the first woman in the MCU to lead a solo film. Ugh, bad choice. The film was also the first entry in the MCU to feature a woman in the director's chair. Doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant if the movie's good. With directing duo Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, Half Nelson's a terrible movie. Piloting the project and hopefully making a smooth landing when the film enters theaters in March of 2019. So yeah, hopefully. Come on. Where's that why is uncertainty showing up there? What's this writer's name? Rich. Wow, what the... I'm sorry. I don't want to give my listeners an epileptic... There we go. No seizures on Good Morning Pop Culture. There's a sense of mystery surrounding Captain Marvel, not only for viewers, but for Carol Danvers herself. Her origins, her powers, her place in the scheme of the Marvel heroes aren't instantly recognizable to general audiences, the same way Captain America or the Hulks are. Or even in the case of Iron Man, Captain Marvel's name doesn't give audiences much to go on to. While Marvel has had major success with comic characters who are far from household names with their films, when their films were announced like Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, they've done so largely through comedy. When it comes to unknown, Marvel Studios has provided films that wink and nod at an unassuming audience, letting them know that it's ridiculous, but we're all in on the joke. But the trailer for Captain Marvel, like Black Panther before it, doesn't use general audience unfamiliarity to present the character as a joke. Rather, it makes a statement that Captain Marvel means business. And if you don't know her, well, buckle up because she's about to change the universe. I hate this. The second Marvel Studios film is to serve as a period piece after Captain America: The First Avenger, Captain Marvel's own 90s setting right off the bat with a glimpse of an all-powerful relic of the past, a blockbuster storefront. But the film's 90s elements isn't just a front for it. It seems embedded within the DNA of the film. Although frequent Marvel cinematographer Ben Davis from Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange returns as DP for Captain Marvel, the film's look has an identity distinct from the earlier films. One that makes Marvel's cosmic adventure seem a little more grounded than a candy-colored galaxy and Escher-esque dimensions that define James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy and Scott Derrickson's Doctor Strange. From car chases to Air Force bases, sunset shots, and Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury rocking 2 eyes, and a getup that looks borrowed from Danny Glover's Roger Murtaugh, Captain Marvel looks to be directly inspired by the films of Tony Scott, Roland Emmerich, and Richard Donner. Well, Tony Scott, hit and miss. Roland Emmerich mostly misses. And then Richard Donner, we don't say an unkind word about Richard Donner here. So, Richard Newby, do not bring up Richard Donner. You're not allowed to. The only thing that can make the trailer seem more 90s would be a Goo Goo Dolls or Aerosmith track. Oh, you mean the one Aerosmith track that everybody sings from Armageddon? Don't want to miss a thing? Because, yeah, that makes you fucking funny. I hate this writer. It seems that the Bowden and Fleck will be making... See, here's one thing, too. Make sure that we don't say this is the first Marvel-directed film by a female because it's a co-director job. Don't forget the dude. Don't forget the other person. If it was... It's a duo like that. You have the Russo brothers, and then you have a male-female dynamic. But there's a male and a female, so don't forget, we want equality, right? We have to show the same treatment to everybody. Let's see, they'll be making some significant changes to Captain Marvel's origins. While we learned recently that Captain Marvel will not be an origin film, and we'll start with the hero already as part of the Kree military. That's convenient. Origins will have a place in the story with a glimpse of Carol Danvers' past from childhood. I don't care. Let's see what they try to do. You know what? I just can't. I just can't. I wouldn't see this fucking movie if it wasn't for this channel. In terms of characterization, Captain Marvel will draw largely from Kelly Sue DeConnick's 2012 run on the character, the feminist run, which saw Captain Marvel first assume the mantle and named Captain Marvel. But the larger plot Carol caught herself up in will borrow from the 1971 Scree War storyline, by Roy Thomas, which is considered to be the highlight of Marvel Comics events. Well, of course they're going to go back to the old stuff because the new stuff... Look, you're going to take the visuals of the new one and the stupid ideals and politics of the 2012 ones, but then you're going to get the actual good storytelling instead of this whole, I'm looking at a cell phone, ha ha ha, insert stupid joke, I can has cheeseburger garbage that comes from modern Marvel comic books. The storyline saw the ramification of hundreds of years of old conflict that had roots in the Kree experimenting on human and orders to blah, 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 blah. Who cares? It comes out... next year. Now, again, there's the resting bitch face. She even has it when she's being tortured. She has it. Oh my god, this picture of her doesn't even look fucking real. This picture of her doesn't look fucking real. Look at that right there, guys. She just looks so unimpressed, so bored. Yeah, I'm being tortured. I don't give a shit. I can't show emotion. I'm unlikable. It's Brie Larson constipated. Midnight Cherry TV. Y'all remember Blockbuster and Captain Marvel boobs? Oh, I remember Midnight Cherry TV. I remember. Thank you very much for your super chat. Oh, let's see. Oh my god. I haven't seen a single thing to instill excitement or hope. I mean, say what you will about Man of Steel was a terrible movie, but the trailer didn't suck. The BVS trailer kind of sucked. Yeah, the DCEU is just a failed experiment. But this her hero shit, this is going to be what bites them on the ass. This will be the sword they die on. Feminism in entertainment does not bring in money. It brings in anger. Not anger against women, because there are a lot of women that don't like this shit too. Never once on this channel have we ever said women don't belong here, there, and anywhere else. Everyone's welcome, no matter what color you are, no matter what's between your legs. I'm fine with you inhabiting all settings and spaces. Unless it's like a dude in the women's room. That's kind of weird. But my point is, they're so aggressive with this stuff because they're trying to change society. They're trying to change... It's like a social experiment. Marvel has stopped being focused on making the best, most economically viable entertainment, and now they're focusing on social experiments. How far can they push in one direction? How far will we go? How far will we bend the knee? Well, personally, I won't bend the knee, and millions of others will not bend the knee to this garbage. I look at this like this. Does anyone here know the original Superman, the 1940... was it one Fleischer animated series? You know, the ones that used to show before the movies. There's a very famous clip of Superman punching. There's like a laser beam that's hitting Superman. And we're all Superman. And that laser beam is knocking us back. But unlike, your average person, your average fandom, your average fan group, we fight back. So Superman raises his hand to the laser beam, and he just starts punching it and punching it and punching. He starts gaining traction and gaining traction. He starts flying and punching. And before you know it, he destroys the giant laser gun, and that's where we are. That's who we are. We're Superman, this garbage in all of our entertainment, not just Captain Marvel, Star Wars, comics, toys, everything, just all of entertainment, pushing down these weird SJW fringe minority politics. Not even fringe minority politics. When I mean minority, I don't mean minority of skin color. I mean minority of people that believe in it. It's not about, the goods of the many outweigh the needs of the few. It's some douche loser people that have nothing to contribute to society on the internet. Had we not had social media, this shit wouldn't be the way it is. You can tell me that, it would be, it'd be even better. No, because you'd have to work harder. Getting a hashtag trending doesn't mean you're important or relevant. We can get hashtags trending on the show. It doesn't mean we did anything societally, empowering. We just had some fun. So remember Superman and remember the energy beam. Chironus, thank you very much for your super chat. That face says waiting in line at the DMV. Chironus, or was it Chironus? I want to say Chironus, excuse me. I actually had to go and wait in line at the DMV, and I just walked out. I said, fuck it, I'll come back another day. I still haven't gone back. That's okay, though. It's not for my car. It's for something else. Let's see. Our friend, Mr. V. Thank you very much for your super chat. Morning, Jeff. Remember what emotional range Paul Bettany had as Vision? And he was a fucking robot. Yeah, in the same franchise, I actually cared when Paul Bettany is like at the end of Infinity War, when Elizabeth Olsen's looking down at him and he's trying to like keep Thanos away, or she's trying to keep Thanos away. He's like, destroy the gem, or stone as they call it. And, he dies, and boom, you're like, oh, man, he's gone. And then when he comes back and Thanos rips it out and he just fucking turns black and white and dies, I'm just like, oh, no, because the character has shown emotion, not just in that one scene. Okay, so there's an old Marvel comic, Even Androids Can Cry. Let me pull that up for you real quick as we talk about this, because this is all important. Like I said yesterday, I'm so into it because I give a shit. I care about Marvel. I care about all this stuff. It's stuff I've been into my whole life. I don't want, to see my favorite thing be ruined by a bunch of, glad-handed assholes. They don't like comic books. They don't respect the medium. So why are they involved? Why do they have to put their butt stink on these movies? Keep it into dumb shit. Go make your own movies. You have the ability to. You tell everyone else, if you don't like it, go make your own. No, motherfucker, you go make your own. Don't ruin Star Wars. Go make your own space fantasy and build up a fucking empire, and then see if you can throw in your stupid politics into it. No, it won't work because people don't like your goddamn cause. But here is a very famous Avengers comic book, Even Androids Can Cry. I believe this is, let me get the information for you. Avengers number 58 from, let's see, Avengers number 58 from John Buscema and Roy Thomas. Who's Roy Martin? I don't care. I'm just trying to find the date, but it gave me a whole thing. Was it? Let's see, 1968. Okay, so it's from 1968. Even an Android Can Cry. They've always had emotion for Vision in the movies. He has that line, I was born yesterday, and I get it. That's why he was kind of stoic in the way he was, because he was just created. Then by the time Civil War comes around, he's a little more mature emotionally, yet he's not fully there. And by the time we get to Infinity War, when we see him again, that'd be his third appearance, correct? He has a life. He has stopped looking like the Vision. He now has taken on the Paul Bettany visage. He has a romance. He knows what love is, what it means to be a human, all this stuff. There's so much depth to a robot that a woman can't show emotion in her movie just is unacceptable. Every other female in these movies show emotion. Even Pepper Potts, who was trying to be, your corporate, I won't say yuppie, but who's trying to be your, stiff upper lip CEO type of thing. She even shows moments of weakness and, humor and stuff like that. Anger. Captain Marvel does not. I mean, what do you expect us to think, Hollywood? We're just supposed to blindly accept this bored, smelly lady? So thank you, Mr. V. We also had a super chat rolling from Cesario, Japan. Thank you very much, Cesario, Japan. The Captain Marvel movie will be a new torture device used by military interrogators that will automatically violate the Geneva Convention. Ooh, those are harsh words. But it's probably true. I mean, I have it on a reliable source from the future. The space in between the spaces. That you're right. and you will be right. I I almost want. I know this sounds really harsh, but I would laugh if this movie were to fail just to watch Marvel scramble. Like, okay, let's play a game. Hypothetical director, armchair director. So this movie fails. Then about, I don't know, a week later, you hear about emergency reshoots on the Disney lot or wherever they film these Avengers films to cut down Captain Marvel's, impact on the film. And then we get to Infinity War Part 2, and there's just weird gaps in the film where Captain Marvel was supposed to be relevant or doing bigger shit, and it just didn't work out. That would be funny to me. That would be so funny. It's like like they're about to go kill Thanos, and there's like a weird like glitch, like freezes, and then Thanos is dead, and you're like, what happened? And then you come to find out years later that, oh, Captain Marvel was supposed to be the one to use the killing blow, but because the audience didn't like her, the whole point of this is don't glom onto the new character just yet. Let us let us see if we like her. Could not be kind of bigger risk. Let's see, we also had our friend me here, you there. Thank you for super chat. We are sexist because her weak character acting. Yes, it is all our faults for her shortcomings. Guys, I don't know Brie Larson personally, but it's my fault that she's a woman that feels betrayed by society. It is my personal fault that she has to be on this crusade. You see how it goes? It's stupid. That's a stupid statement. She has stupid beliefs. I can respect them. You respect them that they have the beliefs, but I don't have to believe in their beliefs. Brie Larson, you're alive at the best time in history. All kinds of science, all kinds of this, that technology. Make your movies, do them well, quit complaining. There's a movie worse than this, Gem and the Holograms. Well, of course, Gem and the Holograms. Here's the thing, though. Gem and the Holograms, nobody took seriously. It'd be like if they made a, I don't know, what's another 80s cartoon? Like a Heathcliff movie or something stupid like that. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, the longest continuous this is the first interconnected film franchise of this scale. You had the US universe where characters would pop in and out. Yeah, you had James Bond, which is a kind of a long-running thing, but this is the first of its kind, the big shared universe. It's been going on for over a decade now, a decade and 4 months and 11 days. I think Iron Man came out on the 8th of May. Maybe it was 4th May. I don't care. The point is, it's been over a decade. This is the first sign of instability on a larger scale. Black Panther was kind of maybe, and this was definitely kind of building up on that. I feel like if we would have followed up Black Panther with this, there would be even more of because Infinity War kind of washed the bad taste of anything out of your mouth. Like, Black Panther wasn't bad, 7 out of 10 flick for me. A little heavy-handed. Infinity War wasn't heavy-handed. Interesting. Deep. I loved Thanos. Maybe he's the best supervillain since Darth Vader. A lot of great stuff came out of Thanos. You could actually understand why he was doing what he was doing. Maybe you didn't agree with it, but you could understand it. Just, oh my God, this just upsets me because it's like a perfect track record. None of them have sucked. I hope this isn't the first one that sucks. Yeah, it's fun to talk about it and make fun of these the bad reporting, but at the end of the day, I deep down I want to go to this movie and go, oh, that was better than I thought. Like, that's what I want. I want to go in and think, that didn't suck. They marketed it poorly. We'll see. I want to have the same approach as Wonder Woman, where I watched the movie and I went, huh. But see, the thing is, when I watched Wonder Woman, I liked Gal Gadot more and more. Yeah, she's good looking, but I liked her emotion, her excitement. Here's the difference between Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel. Wonder Woman allowed herself to sleep with Steve Trevor. She wanted to experience that. She's got superpowers. She can lift up a fucking tank. If she said no, all she has to do is poke him with her pinky, and he's flying out of the room through a wall. But no, she allowed herself to be vulnerable, to be human, even though she wasn't technically a human, because she was molded from clay and all that other stuff. But she allowed herself to be a human, and there was a lot of depth to her, and you liked her. That's why when Steve Trevor died, you could understand the rage, or, when she thought certain ways about certain things. And Wonder Woman was directed by a woman, and it proved a lot of people wrong that were angry. We weren't angry about a woman. We were just angry or concerned that the Suicide Squad was garbage and that this was following it up. So that was our concern. And Wonder Woman was good. Not the best movie ever made. Maybe the best out of the DCEU, though. Maybe better than... Is it better than a couple Marvel movies? I don't know. That ending is pretty shit. But my point of the whole thing is Captain Marvel would not allow that. They're going to think that her having... Even if she's a soldier, let's just say they're going to use the excuse, well, you're in the middle of war, you wouldn't show any romance. I get it. Fine. I could understand that. Battle's different than real life. But Captain Marvel would never allow herself to show that kind of vulnerability, to have that kind of emotional human connection. I mean, I'm looking at a fucking screen full of movie stills, and she looks just bored. Bored. Jude Law looks concerned. He's like, oh, what have I done? What have I done? I got killed by Matt Damon in that movie, and now I'm here. There is not a smiling fucking picture of her. Oh, angry face with the helmet. Yeah. Let's just look at Jude Law for a moment. Jude, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, man. I'm concerned. Look at these motherfuckers. This looks like me with dark hair and a blue face. I'm gonna make fun of that dude from now on, since he reminds me of me with dark hair and a blue face. Jordan Shrimp, thank you very much for your super chat. Hey, we can't just assume this is going to be political because some journalists are saying it will be otherwise. We're no better than them. Now, if it turns out to be political, we will burn them. Very true. Just what I was saying about Wonder Woman. You know, the media tried to make it out to be this thing. Like, if we go back and look at Ocean's 8 from earlier this year, the movie not many people saw. It wasn't a flop, but it wasn't this huge hit. Who was the lady? The interviewer tried to make it out of, oh, it's time for women and this and that and the other. And a couple of them were just like, yes, it is. And then a couple of them were like, oh, what? The reason this is different is because you have people on the inside of Marvel saying this. Kevin Feige saying this. Oh, the future is going to be all female Avengers team and this and that. See, that's why I feel differently. Yeah, you can pick on it because it looks stupid, and I am. But at the same time, you should have a cause for concern, because normally Kevin Feige keeps his mouth shut about stuff, but he was first down the line to be like, yeah, feminism, bro. Woo! Kevin, you've made almost a $20 billion film universe. Don't fuck it up now. Don't cock it up now at the end, man. Not at the end. So, yeah, Jordan, I agree with you. But the film's going to be political because they want it to be. It's cool. It's going to get them brownie points. Yeah, I think that the MCU has reached its peak, and this is its decline. And it's not because of a woman. It's because of Marvel. Realistically, they had one more big gun, and that was the next Avengers, because everybody's got to know what happened at the end. We saw them all lose, and it was awesome. It's excellent to watch that. I get excited thinking about how they just fade away into nothingness. And I want to watch the next film more than anything else. I want to watch that more than the next James Bond film, the next Star Wars film, for sure. Actually, you know what? If I could go to the future and see the next Star Wars film, I'd come back and just tell everybody about it, because I get a billion YouTube views. I have the fucking plot to Star Wars Episode 9. Believe me, don't believe me, but this is what happens. And then I'd make the videos, and I'd talk about all the shit, and then people would be like, you're crazy, man. And then it all becomes true, and they're like, huh, maybe we should have believed you. And then, I was right all along type thing. But no. Yeah, this is the decline. I think they've just reached their natural conclusion. A lot of people were waiting for this because there's so many of these things now. I don't recall the next 10 years of movies. I think Kevin Feige says they have movies lined up for 2022. It'd be nice to take a break to make people want. If they kill off Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man in this next movie to replace with Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and Spider-Man, you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose a lot of interest, because maybe Spider-Man has the most brand recognition of all those characters. But Tom Holland's fine, but he doesn't have the charisma that Captain America, Thor especially, and Robert Downey Jr. All have. Those guys are the pillars that the MCU's built on. I'll give the fourth one to Kevin Feige. Now, the first Captain America, the Thor movies, it's a little murky at times, but just those actors, they bring so much. In the real world, they seem pretty decent, but in the film, they look like they're having a great time, and then we have a great time in response to theirs, reaction to their fun. This, to jump off of that, she looks bored. We're going to look bored. This is not a sign of strength. It's a sign of emotional weakness. I can't show confidence, so I stare blankly. Like, why was she cast? It's because she was the most annoying one. Did she stink him out of the room? I want to know why Brie Larson was cast as Captain Marvel. It's a big question for me. I've seen her other work. I don't know. I'm not really in love with it. So let's see. See if we had any super chat pop up. We're going to be all caught up. Yeah, here we go. AJ Gross Film, thank you very much for your super chat. Brie is not selling it for me. Very Green Lantern. Yeah, man, I said that last night, or maybe I said it yesterday morning. This just looks like Marvel's Green Lantern. So hopefully down the road, Brie Larson gets another job where all she does is rip on this movie. And I hope that's what the case is. Vulnerability is a weakness to SJWs. But see, vulnerability is a great trait to have in a hero because we all have vulnerabilities. None of us are bulletproof. None of us have, everything in our lives 100% right. Perfect. Spider-Man. The reason Spider-Man works so well as a superhero is because he's us with powers, but he has a normal life. He doesn't have billions of dollars. He doesn't have the government on his side or the police or anybody. He's just a dude in some spandex, fighting crime, doing what he thinks is right. Takes it off. He's just a dude. No one knows. No one cares. The only thing they would want to know is how to exploit it and make money from his secret. Relatability is what keeps these characters viable for all these years. Even Batman has some relatability and a psychological aspect. Maybe we're not as unhinged as Batman, but we'd all like to think in terms of maybe like a realistic power fantasy. I maybe not be able to fly and lift planets and spin back time by flying backwards really fast, but I could train to be like Batman. I could train in weapons. I could train in this and that. So there's some relatability to Batman. Or your parents were killed or something, and you want vengeance. You want to do something yourself. That's there, but maybe not with these other characters, and that's a trait that they're missing, and it hurts. Let's see. Someone edited certain pics from Captain Marvel trailer to make her smile. Oh, God. Well, I'll look that up in a minute. I copied it, Cesario Japan. Let's see. I'm burning my Nike hat on my head. Oh, God. Okay, be careful, be careful. SJWs don't understand it's complete unself-awareness that will kill them. That's true. It is true. You got to be paying attention to all this stuff. You got to know what it's like. The funny thing is, them not showing any vulnerability or weakness, you don't have to show weakness, but at least to show that you're human and you have compassion. That's what I think it boils down to. You make yourself undesirable to be around, to procreate, to do all these things. So the SJW cause will die out. It will fade away because nobody slept with these dudes, nobody slept with these women, or was it Lacey Green, the one that got red pilled or whatever and went on the other side because she got a boyfriend? Like that happened. That's not me making some joke. Look it up. That happened a couple years ago. I guess she's still making YouTube videos. I don't know. I never watched them. I just heard other people talk about her. Room was a good movie, but I don't remember Brie in it. The kid was a standout, and now he's in The Predator. Oh, well, I have not had a chance to check out Room. I watch The Room quite regularly. We did a live stream for it here on the channel. And, I know Brie Larson from 21 Jump Street and Kong Skull Island. And I like those movies, but not because of her. Oh, man, the chat is rolling this morning. So let's take a look at the Captain Marvel like to dislike ratio. Now, I'm not even going to assume that it's a big dislike ratio. I'm probably going to guess it's going to be pretty positive. We're going to hear a lot of, so it's got 19 million views in the first 23 hours, numbers that I would kill for. Watch out, Jeremy. I'll be coming at you with another axe. So the dislike to like ratio is 37,513 down, 704,640 up. Some of the comments from a woman that says, I think this trailer is not like the usual Marvel trailers because they're trying to make it look serious to get an Oscar. Well, I hope not. Let's see. From the comments, it looks like people think this is a prequel to Captain Marvel versus Thanos' final fight. I think she is more on a missing puzzle mission rather than a utility force, blah, blah. Somebody says, excited for the movie, but disappointed by the trailer. The old lady scene. People keep talking about the old lady scene. Brie Larson's a great actress, but miscast for this role. Casting was something Marvel did great, but not this time. Emily Blunt could have been a perfect match. Also, the teaser is mediocre, probably the worst presentation by Marvel so far. Oh, man. People are trying to make excuses too. You know what? Like I said, I can't spin it. I never tried to spin it. I told you guys it probably doesn't have a huge dislike to like ratio. It seems pretty fair. This isn't Star Wars Rebels. This isn't, excuse me, Star Wars Resistance. Ryan Kinnell, thank you very much. I read Marvel is hiring the CGI guy who fixed Cavill's mustache to give her actual facial expressions. Hashtag make Brie smile. Ah! Folks, this is it right here. Right here. We have a lot of Photoshoppers, a lot of people that like to make memes. Do me a favor for this week's World Class Bullshitters. I want a special segment because of you guys. Find me your best or make your best Brie Larson Photoshop memes from the Captain Marvel trailer. They can be good. They can be terrible. They just got to make us laugh. And I will showcase them on the show tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on World Class Bullshitters. And we're going to use the hashtag make Brie smile. Ryan Kinnell, you are officially our hashtag ambassador for the week. This is your hashtag that you created for World Class Bullshitters. We're going to appropriate it. Give you a shout out, of course. But hashtag make Brie smile. That's got to be a thing on the channel this week. This is our week for hashtag make Brie smile. Let's get it out there. They can be stupid memes, like, you know, where people take the sharks and put human teeth. Let's do something like that for Brie Larson. Let's laugh. Let's have a little fun with this Captain Marvel trailer, and we'll add him at Brie Larson and see if she calls a bunch of sexists, because we're trying to have some fun. Not about you being a woman, Brie. You look like you smelled a pile of dog shit and then you walked in on the film. That's it. That's Brie Larson right there. So Ryan Kinnell, thank you very much, folks. Let's make it happen. This is a community. Let's make this work. Speaking of community, tonight we're having a live stream, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is it? Patreon Appreciation Night. A little different though. We've had ones where people just come in and want to talk about Star Wars, and that's fine. But tonight, to be a part of our patron stream, I'm asking that everyone bring a topic to discuss. And then we'll have a couple minutes to talk about it. It'll be a rotating thing. So if you're a patron, make sure you keep tonight open. I'll be posting the link to the Hangout live here on the channel about 8:30, 8:45-ish. So be prepared. But also know that we're going to be rotating people out. So nobody's going to be able to stay the entire time. So bring your topic. We'll discuss it. If it goes a little longer, completely fine. But we're going to make sure everyone has time to talk. And make sure you have a decent microphone, or at least you're in a quiet room where we don't hear your pets. Thunder Robots, thank you very much for your super chat. I think a lack of emotion is part of the movie's plot. We'll have to find out in March. Find out in 6 months. When we find out, cool. If that's the case, so be it. If it makes sense, if it works. If it doesn't, this is just bad. This is a bad trailer. Bad trailer. It doesn't really instill hope in me. This is her first appearance. Well, it's not her origin story. Well, you know what? Black Panther didn't have an origin story, but guess what? Black Panther appeared in Captain America: Civil War. We have a taste of him. And if anybody says, well, she's in Infinity War, a beeper is in Infinity War. Who's old enough to remember using a beeper? Hell, I never used a beeper because I was too young for them. Cell phones were getting traction when I was in the 3rd grade. Like, most people had a cell phone by the time I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade. By the time I was in 8th grade, I had my own cell phone. So beepers are before me. But I get where you're coming from, Thunder Robot. I get it. You seem excited about the movie, and that's fine. But based on the trailer, I'm just giving you my take on the trailer, my hot take, if you will. Thank you, Panda. Thank you. Let's get, folks, by the way, there are 563 viewers watching and probably like 5 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up. You smash them for the High Council. You smash them for Jeremy stuff. Smash them for mine, too. Why not? Doesn't cost any money, doesn't take much, but, a click and it's done. One of these, and we're good. So let's get those likes up. Let's get this channel back trending on YouTube. There was a point where we were number 2 trending in Europe. I posted a Toys R Us Star Wars video. Over the summer, boom, number 2 in Europe. I was getting messages from some of our European listeners. Jeff, you're number 2 in the UK. I'm like, cool. I was at a Cracker Barrel. And I was thinking to myself, cool, I'm trending in the UK. Didn't do too much for me, but it made me excited. So let's get that happening again, guys. We're having really good growth. We're about to hit 74,000, or yeah, we'll hit 74,000 subscribers today. As we sit currently, the channel's what, like 20 away, something like that, some small number. So if you're watching this for the first time, you've never found this channel before, oh, we've passed it. Never mind, 74,001. So thank you to everybody. We're gonna hit that 100,000 by the end of the year. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. You know, it's funny, you brought up He-Man and the Masters of the Universe as a movie worse than Captain Marvel. I was about to use that example. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But I respect He-Man. And She-Ra, Princess of Power, not the new one. See, it's funny that they want the guys to, like, embrace the female-led stuff, but then the female-led stuff is made to be, I don't want to say inferior almost, because She-Ra, Princess of Power used to have better animation than He-Man and better stories back in the 80s. But this new one looks terrible. And I'm supposed to be excited for a cartoon that looks like that. I mean, I'm not the target demographic. I didn't grow up watching the show because it was on before I was born, and I don't care now because I'm not a little kid. But, you know, any other cartoon, people bitch about Teen Titans. Go. It looks like shit, and people are cool and accepting it. But if you critique She-Ra, the new one, well, you're a sexist or you have problems. See, there's just so many issues and double standards. Brie Larson looks like she opened an incognito tab for the 5th time today. I guarantee if anyone ever met her, she would just give you this look the entire time. I'd rather see Jude Law as Marvel. He looks more inspiring than Brie Larson. Yeah. He definitely looks, just that one image. He's like, Captain Marvel, Marvel, huh? You know, guys, we're people. There are things that we see. We have emotional responses subconsciously that we don't even know are happening. And, you know, you gravitate towards certain things. You know, there are physical traits that people gravitate towards psychologically. There are emotional traits that people gravitate towards psychologically. And Brie Larson has none of those. None. Thank you, folks, for the congratulations on 74,000 subs. We need to do, once we hit 75, we'll finally do one of those appreciation things. We did it for 15,000 earlier in the year because we were trying to do it for 10, then we jumped to 15 in 1 month, and then we kept jumping. And then we had our slowdown in August, late July, early August, but now we're on the upswing again in terms of subscribers. So those new subscribers will go back and watch the videos. You know, before we know it, we'll have 1 trillion views. What is the Matrix? Thank you very much. Morning, Jeff. Jeff. I can't even say my own name right. What is happening? Okay. Morning, Jeff /all. Marvel publicly let Brie make anti-white comments during the Wrinkle in Time release. Why be optimistic? There we go. Guys, we follow this shit. What is the Matrix follows this shit. It's out there in the public eye. You know, we can remember when Will Ferrell farted at an Oscar ceremony or something. Social media never lets stuff be forgotten. But they want us to forget this so the movie can, you know, play into a certain narrative. I am not a white guy, but I'm not racist towards any races of people. But you know what? If Brie Larson, who seems like she is, doesn't like white people should just skip this movie and watch it fail. You don't need to pander to white people. You don't need to pander to black people. You don't need to pander to any minority. What you need to do is make a movie that brings everyone together and gets you excited. Captain Marvel, already you have an actress behind the scenes that doesn't like this type of shit. She's, you know, she's like Anne Hathaway. She's blonde, younger Anne Hathaway. I bet you if you put Anne Hathaway, Natalie Portman, and Brie Larson into a room, it would be so hard to figure out who's the most unlikable. They would actually form into one unlikable Megazord, where Natalie Portman's the head because she's got a little tiny head, so she'd be the head. Brie Larson would be the body, and Anne Hathaway's the legs. And they would smack down all likability. They can make The Rock a bitch. Seriously, they could make, like, they don't like beat you up. They like touch you, like what's the guy, Scourge or Scour from Marvel, from Spider-Man. He touches you and you like wither away and die. You get the Black Plague. That's what when you get well, there's Mega Maid. What are we gonna call them? Mecha bitch? Nah. Robo bitch? Nah, that's already used. Anyway, my point is they touch you to make anybody unlikable. They can make your mother unlikable, your grandmother unlikable, your dad, your sister, your brother, The Rock, all of them. That is their power. That is their gift to make everything they touch turn to shit. Alec Munoz, thank you very much for your super chat. Brie Larson always looked so bored and above it all. Yeah, she does look bored and above it all. She definitely has an ego about herself that I don't buy into. There's a difference between having an ego and confidence and being just a straight up asshole. You know, Ethan was talking about RBF, resting bitch face. That's what we should just recall the movie. But I want to get hashtag make Brie smile, the trending hashtag right now. Bet Marvel will have an all-female cinema to watch Captain Marvel. Well, you know, they tried that with, what was it, the Texas, I almost called it the Texas Roadhouse. That's an overrated restaurant. No, the Alamo Drafthouse. They had the all-female Wonder Woman screening. It turns out it was illegal. They tried that shit, remember? And everyone's like, oh, it's not illegal. It's a private business, blah, blah, blah. And then it came out months later that it was fucking illegal and that you could write in and bitch and get a free ticket. So I doubt they're going to try that crap again. The law will bitch smack this feminist crap in entertainment. You know, pay your taxes, follow the law, get away with your stuff that way. But don't try to break the law. Oh, it's a protest. A protest of what? If dudes didn't go see this movie, if all white people didn't see the movie and all men didn't go see the movie, you have a very small minority of a small minority of a small minority. Your movie would make hundreds of thousands of dollars if all white men and white women and all men just didn't see the movie. So if that's the world you want, where you pump in $20 million to a movie and it makes $8, by all means, ban everybody except a small few vocal people to go support the movie. They're going to watch it once or twice. They may not even like it. You know, they'll like it on principle, and then they'll go away from it. Megatron 0541. She has disappointed you didn't pull out face. Thank you, Megatron. I don't even think she would get it in with that face. Like, you know, you make as a guy, you're in the zone, you make eye contact with that, and you're just like, I think I'll see myself out, Brie. And she doesn't blink. You know how Black Panther says, I never freeze. Well, Brie Larson's, I never blink. She just stares at you the whole movie. Oh. Let's see. Do you think people might go see the wrong movie with both DC and Marvel making a Captain Marvel movie? I don't think a lot of people know either character. Shazam's a little more ingrained in popular culture. I want Shazam to outgross Captain Marvel by a 10-to-1 ratio. Fuck this movie, man. Marvel needs to learn. If they would have pulled this with a man, like Spider-Man Homecoming 2, I think should open up against a DC movie and get its ass whooped. I have just as many problems with Spider-Man Homecoming as I do Black Panther. Actually, more, because I like Spider-Man a lot more than I like Black Panther. But like someone said earlier, the Russo brothers are in charge of Infinity War Part 2. Maybe they'll tell Brie to back it down. Maybe Brie Larson will understand when she's in the presence of Robert Downey Jr. and all kinds of other really good actors that she'll try to just, the thing is, she's not the main event in that movie. None of them. Well, Robert Downey Jr. is the main event, and then they all build up to him. She'll need to mind her P's and Q's on the set of that film. I mean, they already filmed it, so she's already done that stuff. But it'd be nice if there was like some backstage rumor. It's like, oh yeah, she tried to get fresh with some actor, and Vin Diesel headbutted her, or just something crazy like that. How crazy would that be? How fun would that be? Oh yeah, Brie Larson's no longer allowed on the Disney lot because she got into a fight with Vin Diesel and he headbutted her. Well, Vin Diesel, you are my hero. She is a zero. Stephen Morgan, thank you very much again, my friend. Let's see. I punched 69 old ladies to send you the super chat. Now I'm off to stab some kittens with a spork. Hey, Jeff, how's it going, dude? 69 old ladies. Damn, dude. You are a savage beast. Not a savage dragon, but a savage beast. Stephen, it is going well, my friend. I'm really happy to be back in the swing of things with the channel, with the comic, with the videos. Everything is making me happy. So now that you're here, I'm even happier. When you're going, though, for all the punches, go for the abdomen. Don't go for the fake teeth. Let's see who else. But thank you again. Who's more insufferable, Lena Dunham or Brie Larson? To be fair, I don't know much of what Lena Dunham says because I don't pay attention to that kind of crap. Brie Larson's infected. It's like Brie Larson's brought her butt stink into my swimming pool, you know, and now my water's kind of murky. It's like take a shower before you get in the pool. Lena Dunham can't climb the fence. She's just not fit enough. Brie Larson can because she's in good shape. And, you know, now my pool's infected. So I got to clean this shit. I got to drain the fucking pool now. So that's who I find more insufferable, Brie Larson. Because Lena Dunham wasn't going to get cast in a Marvel or Star Wars flick. Jabba the Hutt died. Anthony Vogel, thank you very much. It's all going to end with Captain Marvel beating Thanos in the next Infinity War and then be handed the Avengers team, or is that only a rumor? Well, nothing is certain yet. But, you know, the smart money is on Captain Marvel emasculating all the heroes except Iron Man. I don't usually say this kind of shit, but I swear to God, if she talks down to Iron Man and Iron Man accepts it, I'm walking out of the fucking movie. That man's ego is too big. He looks in the face of gods like Thanos and is just like, nope, you know, I won't bow down. I'll fight till the end. If he bows down to Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, I will walk out of the theater and I won't watch the end of the flick. And I'll review the movie and I'll let the other guys tell me how it ends. And if then he comes back and gets a barb, then I'll go and see it again. And, you know, that was my mistake. But if Captain America, she better treat Captain America with respect to. This woman's in the Air Force. Captain America is a legend in the military in general. So she better show some respect to Captain America, even just on his, I know his title was just given to him, but I mean, look at all the shit that he achieved in World War II. He's a legend. So he'll still be frozen when she comes out. Captain America better be mentioned by Nick Fury. Like, we're looking for a Captain America or this or that. And if she goes, fuck Captain America. Oh, wait, sorry, that's Titans. Brie Larson's not going to say fuck Captain America. But, you know, the characters that are established, we care about them. She better care about them. Because she's not going to be so cool. She's not Deadpool. She can't come in and be irreverent. Like, if Deadpool showed up in Infinity War and started just taking the piss out of everybody, it'd be funny. Brie Larson better be this serious in the next movie and, you know, fight the good fight. Or die. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Oh, man. I already talked about who's more insufferable. There we go. She's going to say screw Captain America. Well, it's going to the Captain Marvel toy line is going to be very telling because they have tried to put. Here's the weird thing about these new Marvel toys. You got the ones that are for the collectors, and Captain Marvel's always been a part. I'm not going to act like she's just getting a figure now because of her movie. And I want to make sure that all these other SJW writers, and I'm using a quotation, I won't call them journalists. They just write. They're writers. It's the most basic form of what you do. I can't. You're not a novelist. You're not a graphic novelist. You're just a writer. You wrote a fucking comic book. These people just wrote an article, a bad article. But my point is, a couple of years ago, there was this hashtag Where's Ray, this action figure thing by a bunch of idiots on the internet. Oh, there's no Ray figures. How come the girl didn't get a figure? Ray was in the first fucking line of all the toys. People bought it because she was supposed to be the main character. So they bought the character, and guess what? It sold out. So it was hard to find. If they act like Captain Marvel has never received a fucking toy until now, I'm going to be pissed because she's received toys throughout the years. Maybe, you know what? She wasn't that popular of a character. Let's get over ourselves in our need to like, well, she wasn't popular in 1994. How come she didn't have 45 action figures? Because she wasn't popular in 94. Wolverine and Spider-Man have 1,000 toys each. Why? Because they're the most popular characters at Marvel. You know, this is a business. You go where the money is. You don't chase down some small fringe group. People don't like Miss Marvel. Who gives a shit? There was no figure for her earlier on. Then there are some. Or, oh, she wasn't featured in Marvel vs. Capcom 2? That game's terrible because it's sexist. But it has all the females from the X-Men. Like, it's all about what's popular. Now, to go against that point, in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the newest one on PS4 and Xbox One, they really pushed Captain Marvel to be the be-all, end-all superhero in that. And you can tell through all the Marvel stuff, they really want Captain Marvel to be the lead. Oh, she's Captain Marvel. She's our character. She's the foundation of our brand. I swear to God, if Joe Quesada or anybody ever said that to my face, I would just tell him, fuck you. Your brand is Spider-Man, and you keep pissing on that. All your other characters, you're kind of fucking them up too. At a time where it's crucial that your characters have visibility on every platform, comics, video games, TV shows, you alter them to where they're really popular in the movies, but then the comic books, there's a black girl playing Iron Man. Yeah, makes no fucking sense. Michael Rodriguez, thank you very much for Super Chat. Wake me up when Adam Warlock gets in the MCU. Well, I'll wake you up when he wakes up. He was featured at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, The Cocoon, so maybe that's a Guardians 3 type of thing. David Hervey, thank you very much for your Super Chat. Did you like the Captain Marvel and Avengers Assembled? The cartoon? Let me make sure that's the cartoon I like, because there's also Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That might be the one I liked. Now, let me look up Avengers Assembled. Okay. No, I don't like Avengers Assembled, the cartoon. That's not the one I'm into. But the one Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes is the one I do like. And she was on that show as well, I believe. Yeah, she was. She was Miss Marvel back then. She was fine on that show. Every character was good on that show. I fucking like Yellow Jacket and the Wasp. All these characters. Gender be damned. I enjoyed all the characters. I liked Kang the Conqueror. That episode where Kang and he like sucks the Avengers into this like portal and they're in the future and they got to beat him and Iron Man has to connect his suit into the chair to adapt to the technology. Fantastic show. Loved it. Miss Marvel was cool in that show. This is Kelly Sue DeConnick, feminist Captain Marvel. No, thank you. Stephen Morgan, thank you again. They shouldn't have passed up Emily Blunt for Captain Marvel. She was amazing in Edge of Tomorrow and is a fantastic actress. I do like Emily Blunt. I think she is a good actress. And Edge of Tomorrow was fun. By the way, folks, if you're a patron, we have the commentary for Edge of Tomorrow on there. We recorded it many, many months ago. But it was my first viewing, and I was very, very positive about it. It was a lot of fun to watch a Tom Cruise movie that isn't kind of spooky, because, he's a psycho. No, Tom Cruise is okay in my book. Now, I guess. Well, I don't know. Is he still in? We'll talk about it later. But did they pass up on her, or did she say no? I know there was the rumor that she was going to play Black Widow back in the day, but I heard she passed up on that. Much like she's married to John Krasinski, right? Jim from The Office. I think he also turned down. I believe he was going to be cast as Captain America in 2011 for that movie, but he met the other guys. And he's like, "This was just one big bro fraternity." And he quit. No, sorry, some masculinity scares you, man. But yeah, Steven, Emily Blunt would have been a better choice. Folks, why don't you do me a favor right now? Because we're going to have a segment in a little bit about the recasting of Superman. But please do me a favor. In the chat below, tell me some of your recasting options for Captain Marvel. They can be funny. They can be serious. Maybe you want Miss Kathy to play Captain Marvel. Maybe you want Kathy Bates. Who knows? But let me know who you'd like to play Captain Marvel, and I'll tell you what I think of your choices. By the way, folks, this episode of World Class Bullshitters Good Morning Pop Culture is brought to you by Stealing Solo Captain's Parody. Link in the description below. We are so close to the stretch goal, and we have 1 month and 1 day left. And as the countdown goes on, well, it's getting more and more exciting. We'll put it like this. It's very nice to know that the comic is where it is, and then I can do bonus perks for everyone who's helped us out. And remember, folks, every level you donate at, we get the stretch goal once we reach it. So if you decide to do the $20 level and we hit past the $100,000 stretch goal, well, guess what? You get all the bonus shit too. So thank you to everyone who's already signed up. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Chris Abrams, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. You have to respect Whammon, Mr. Shitter. I guess I have to respect Whammon. Well, I respect women, but Whammon, I can't even Whammon right now. It's funny, every time somebody says respect Whammon, I think of George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley from Wham, the band that Deadpool likes. I foresee a Rose Tico and Captain Marvel Toy Store video next year, Jeff. If there's a toy store next year, you're probably going to see me in it filming Captain Marvel toys. So Captain Marvel toys, they've announced the first one that we showed yesterday on Good Morning Pop Culture. And then I foresee Toy Fair showing the line. Now, the line will be relatively small because the Marvel toy lines aren't giant like Star Wars. They're a little more concentrated. So they'll have like Avengers Infinity War Wave 1 that had Captain America and Iron Man and Spider-Man, but then Wave 2 had Thor and stuff, and you build your figures. And so Captain Marvel, you'll get your Brie Larson, you'll get your Jude Law, you'll get your Skrull bad guy, and you'll probably get something else. And there'll probably be a wave 2 with Agent Coulson and Nick Fury and stuff like that to get you more excited. So that's one problem I have with a lot of collectors is, they'll go out and they'll buy extra figures they don't need. So stores will order more figures to get the next wave. That also skews the actual demand for toys. Just because you demand another Luke Skywalker and ceremonial gear from A New Hope doesn't mean I have to buy 14 Rose Ticos and 12 Rays and 65 Cassian Andors. It's just not how it works. Let's see who we got. Our friend Samuel Aragon. Thank you very much for your super chat. Spidey's death probably broke Stark, especially with a kid. Captain Marvel gives him hope back, explaining why he'll be willing to bend over for her. Captain Marvel gives him hope back. Like, why would he have hope? Or I don't get it. I mean, let's see. So he's broken over the death of Spider-Man. Yes. Captain Marvel will give him hope back. Like, is he going to try to mentor her? Is that where he gets the hope back? No, he's not going to bend. He shouldn't bend over for her, because what's the story going to be? They're going to have to go defeat Thanos. And they're going to have to time travel again, which is fine. We have to take into account the Ant-Man factor as well, Samuel. Ant-Man plays a bigger part than we realize, which is cool because I like Ant-Man. I think Paul Rudd's the most likable actor in Hollywood. He is the anti-Brie Larson. He's a man. He's likable. I've never seen him come off as a douche in public. I like Paul a lot. I almost said Paul Walker. Oh, rest in peace, Paul Walker. But I don't, there's no excuse. The death of Spider-Man is not going to be enough for him to just take Captain Marvel. If anything, he's going to look at how historically how Iron Man reacts to tragedy. He had the PTSD post New York, and he's already had, relationships with, I don't want to say it like that. He's already had mentoring style relationships with, Peter and that kid from Idaho, wherever he crash landed, Tennessee, somewhere in that 1,000-mile radius. My point is, though, he's already had those. Yes, he's close with Spider-Man, but I don't think Brie Larson's going to come in and do anything different to change that. Okay, so Drew Barrymore because of her curse, Sackhoff is Miss and Captain Marvel, Roseanne Barr, and Hath No Brain. That is my favorite one, Barbarella, and Hath No Brain. Can somebody Photoshop a picture of Anne Hathaway with an open, empty skull? I'd appreciate that as well. Nicolas Cage is Captain Marvel. All right, I love it. How'd I get burned? How'd I get burned? Hermione Granger's action. Ooh, Emma Watson. She's the fourth. She's the leg of the Megazord unlikability. So if Natalie Portman's little head is the head, and then we have, I guess Emma Watson should be the torso, and then Brie Larson and Anne Hathaway are the legs. I mean, that's going to be kind of a limpy, gimpy walk, but hey, it's a Megazord I'm willing to fight against any day of the week. Call him the Dragon Zord, just, beat the shit out of it. Megazord style. We'll use the tail drill. That'd be fun. Kate Beckinsale, Isabella Rossellini. That's classic. Michael B. Jordan is Captain Marvel. Again, I can't argue. Everything, #everything B. Jordan. We have our friends that have used that hashtag. Everything B. Jordan, #make Bree smile. Those should be our new hashtags here, exclusively on World Class Bullshitters. Brought to us by the fans, the show for the fans, because, well, we are fans of good entertainment. Rebecca Ferguson is Captain Marvel. She was great in Mission Impossible. Yes, she was. She was good. She was great. She shows strength, vulnerability, better acting chops, emotion, things I want out of a movie. So, yes, Rebecca Ferguson, in all honesty, is a very good choice. So, I agree. I like that one. If they hadn't wasted Colby Smulders on Maria Hill, she would have made a fine Captain Marvel. I like her already. But, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. But I'm glad she is Maria Hill. Laura Vandervoort, wasn't she Supergirl? Yeah. Melissa Joan Hart. If the movie was made in the actual 90s, sure. Melissa Joan Hart. I used to love that show. Clarissa Explains It All. Fuck, I even used to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch as a little kid. But I guess I liked Clarissa, so I kind of just carried that like over to that show. And after that, I don't know what she did. When this time stone hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see a lot of death. See, I was trying to go with, you're going to see some serious shit. Let's see. Jessica Biel is Captain Marvel. Not a bad choice. Jessica Biel, I don't consider a great actress, but she's not as unlikable. Bad Dragon's Lord. Jenna Jameson is Captain Marvel. Oh, man. I think everyone would line up to see that movie twice. Wait for the big finish. Ricky Gervais should play Superman. Yes. Melissa Joan Hart is in God's Not Dead 2. Oh, man. Okay, maybe not. I can't go back and change my opinion on Melissa Joan Hart, and I won't. I liked her from 1992 to 1999, and there we go. That was my Melissa Joan Hart era. I wasn't like attracted to her. I just liked her as an actress. And when she would pop up and stuff, I'd be like, cool, it's Clarissa. And that's, we need a fat superhero. Yeah, Faith. She's going to be the first fat superhero. Press 1 if you guys know who Faith is. Press 1. If I see a tank tread, no, wait. 1 if you know her, 2 if you don't, and I will show you if you don't know who she is. Pamela Anderson is Captain Marvel. I mean, if you want hepatitis with your Captain Marvel, sure. Okay. Nurkish. Oh, yeah, Nurkish. Okay. Well, I guess enough people do not know who Faith is. So let me show you guys who Faith is. So Faith, superhero. Hollywood's first plus-size superhero. Well, that's fine. I mean, is the gimmick that she's fat? I'm not going to make fun of large women. It's not my style. If the whole story is that she's, a plus-size superhero, that's not really a story to me. Like, that's the gimmick. She's fat lady Superman. Okay. Well, what makes her different? She's plus size. But what makes her story different? She's plus size. No. All right. So here is Faith. And yes, that is a real comic book. And it's getting a movie because Hollywood is going woke and then they want to go. Alexandra Daddario as Captain Marvel. My Hollywood crush, Alexandra Daddario. Oh my God. I would see that movie twice. She would smile. Her mouth is so big and her teeth are so white. I would be hurt if she played Captain Marvel and didn't smile. Just one big smile. Michelle Pfeiffer is Captain Marvel. Well, man, Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman, man. Oh, great choice. It's funny. You're saying Cecil for Captain Marvel. How about Cecil for Faith? They already got the same hips. Elizabeth Banks is Captain Marvel. Why not? I like Elizabeth Banks. She can act. She can direct, too. Jennifer Lawrence is Captain Marvel. If there has to be a 5th unlikable actress on the Megazord, she might be the chess piece. She just slaps herself on. I'm ready for battle. Now, I don't like Jennifer Lawrence for one reason. Well, 2. I don't think she's that fantastic of an actress, but she made fun of this foreign dude at a press junket once, and I thought that was just in bad taste. So if you don't know the story, she was being interviewed by a journalist who had his phone out, and she kept making really snide remarks about his phone. Put your phone away when you're talking to me, blah, 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 blah. Don't you understand? And no, he didn't understand. He was using his phone to translate from a foreign language, and Jennifer Lawrence just came off as unlikable. Red Letter Media covered this years ago. So that's why I don't like Jennifer Lawrence, because that goes to show what kind of person you truly are. A little bit of patience goes a long way. Kindness, respectability. It's really not hard to do. You don't have to be like, hey, buddy, and pat people on the back. But if somebody's having an issue with a translation, as a worldwide international celebrity, you should understand that, the English-speaking part of the world isn't the only part of the world that watches your fucked up movies, Jennifer Lawrence. Other countries are dumb enough to watch them, too. So I show a little respect. J-Law is a lush. I would drink with Jennifer Lawrence. Because, see, I get happy when I get drunk, and she probably gets really mean, and I just wouldn't put up with her shit. I'd be like, no, thank you, Jennifer. Do one of those nice face palms away. In her defense, she is an idiot. Yeah, sure, that's a defense right there. So this is Faith, the comic book, and let me tell you about this. So Hollywood's first plus-size superhero, Sony set Maria Milling to script pick on Valiant Comic Faith. Right there. Sony Sony. I keep saying the word like it means something. Well, Sony is the studio that produced Ghostbusters 2016. Sony is the studio that gave us the Amazing Spider-Mans 1 and 2 and the Emoji Movie. So in the pantheon of hot shit and entertainment, boom, let's add Faith to that list. Exclusive. Women have already become staples of superhero the movie game, but now the genre will have its first plus-size female heroine. Sony Pictures is moving forward with a live adaptation of the Valiant comic superhero story Faith, and the studio has hired American God scribe Maria Melnick to write the film. The hero is Faith Herbert, a jubilant comics and science fiction loving geek who also happens to have telekinetic superpowers. Toby Jaffe and Neil Moritz will produce via their original film's banner with Dan Mintz of DMG Entertainment. Sony Pictures made a 2015 deal with Valiant Entertainment that had already led to the Dave Wilson-directed Bloodshot, a hoped-for franchise star to launch Vin Diesel along with baby drivers Eliza Gonzalez, Outlander Sam Hugan, and Toby Kebbell. The hero ensemble Harbinger is also on the drawing board. Sony has made superheroes a priority, just setting Jared Leto and director Dan Espinosa for the Spider-Man universe pick Morbius, with Tom Hardy starring as Venom. Oh, this came out in June of this year, by the way, folks. Faith marks a step forward towards making spandex characters more inclusive, since the men are almost always well-muscled and the women model thin. Unless she's redrawn, Faith isn't that. She made her debut in 1992 as a member of the Harbinger team, and her accessibility made her popular enough to get her own comic book series. When did she get her own comic book series? I believe she just got it. Let's see. Oh my God. So check this out. Faith Herbert, codename Zephyr, is a superhero with the ability to fly and bring others with her. She has been part of the Renegades, a group of young scientists pistols. Young scientists who rebel against the Toyo Harada and his Harbinger Foundation. By day, she's a journalist in Los Angeles. By night, she's Summer Smith. So let's see. She first appeared in Harbinger #1 of January of 1992, but she rebooted in 2012. So this version of Faith has been around since 2012. Codename Zephyr. They should make the movie called Codename Zephyr and watch the SJW's heads literally explode. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead, good morning. Would have loved to see Nick Fury and other characters in the Captain Marvel trailer fall asleep whenever Brie Larson starts talking. This is how bland Brie Larson sounds as Captain Marvel. Could somebody edit that? Can we get Ivan Ortega so every time she talks there's just a loud snore? Like that. Oh my God. Codename Heifer. That's so mean. That's so mean. I'm sorry for laughing. Oh my God. Wow. Harbinger, is that a diabetes commercial? Damn. Wilford Brimley. Now that's some harsh shit. I'm a little jealous I didn't think of that joke first. Well, this is the character. I'm not gonna make fun of large women. No, I don't make fun of. In real life, I don't make fun of people. Like I don't go up and say, hey, dude, you look like shit. Your mustache is retarded. Blah blah blah. No, I don't make fun of people like that. That's just not my style. I don't operate that way. But this is a fictional character, and if her gimmick is that she can fly and that she's a large lady that can fly, well, that's not enough of a gimmick. It's like, who's another weak superhero? Every Batman ripoff, but it's like Batman with more violence. That's what Faith is to me. Harbinger 2012 was a great series, Jeff. Great characters. Zephyr wasn't the highlight. Let's put it that way. Well, let's put it that way. I'm still not going to read it unless it's, free. So her only power is that she can fly. That's useless if she fights a mobster with, a knife or a gun. We can make fun of comic book characters. Oh, we will. We definitely will make fun of comic book characters. Nicole Aniston is Captain Marvel. Okay, I see where you're going with that. How does she stay fat fighting crime? Does she eat the criminals? Ouch. And all joking aside, you would think with repetitive actions fighting crime, exerting yourself physically, that you would just naturally lose the weight. It's like Spider-Man. Because of his spider powers, he was amplified in muscle mass because of his constant fighting of crime. But when we look at Faith, this is what she does. She doesn't really fight crime, guys. Faith isn't a useful superhero, and it's nothing to do with her body mass index, her BMI. She's just a BS character. This is what, when you look up Faith, you just get pictures of this type of shit. You get pictures of her sitting on an electric line on her not MacBook. She's flying around into the sun screaming, and she's looking up heroically. What about, when I look up another character, like, let's look up Superman. What do we see when I look up Superman? Well, we get pictures of him standing there. We get pictures of him fighting. We get pictures of him in action doing stuff. We know what Superman does. Faith doesn't. That's all I'm saying. When you look up Spider-Man, all you do is get that damn video game. Lots of love for Faith this morning, and I'm being sarcastic. Oh, Jesus. Is that Rebel? Man, does Ethan love pie? Yes. I think, man. Oh, goddamn. Colleen, that is harsh. You know what? We're going to remind me, guys, tomorrow night on World Class Bullshitters to bring up Faith to Dion, my best friend. But Dion, what do you think? She's big, she's bold, and she doesn't care what you cisgender white males think. Codename Heifer coming to a Waffle House near you. Holy shit. Ouch. Ouch. Oh my, damn. The more people roll in, the meaner the shit gets said about Faith. We weren't even making fun of her. We were just talking about the adaptation of her. Damn. Can you imagine the audience at opening night? No. And neither can they, because nobody knows who Faith is. When this movie fails, it's not going to be because it's a female-led action superhero flick, and it's not because she's large. It's because no one knows who the fuck she is. Her gimmick is, like, even look at the logo. They're making fun of her. The logo looks like the Fatties Fart 2 logo from Tropic Thunder. You know? It's inflated. It's big. It doesn't look heroic. It looks heavy and disproportionate. It's not an attractive logo. Is the super chat working? You've missed a few, buddy. Let's see. Have I missed a few? Stephen Morgan, thank you very much. Let's see. I read Sir Ruin of Roundhead. I can go back and check it out, but I've read. Let's see. Where are we going? Events. Come on. There we go. Live control room. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta love Google when it doesn't want to work. So let's see. First off, thank you to everyone this morning. Oh, okay. So here we go. Stephen Morgan, thank you very much. I just did some intermittent, and it seems, or interneting, and it seems Emily Blunt was on the short list, but was never contracted for the role. Well, sorry for the misinformation. Stephen Morgan, no problem, man. Don't apologize. There's so many things that come out. I had heard at one point that Captain Marvel was meant to be a comedy, and now they're saying, oh, this isn't a comedy. This is a stern, serious film. So don't apologize. Sometimes different... In the internet era, some people report stuff as fact that come from a reputable source, and then you have to read underneath, this person does not represent Forbes or the opinions of Forbes. So you're like, shit, so that makes Forbes less credible in your eyes. So no, Steven, don't apologize, man. It's no big deal. Salvador said, I tweeted a meme I made at you on Twitter. Enjoy. Well, Salvador, thank you very much for that tweet. Let me check it out real quick. Notifications. Let's see. I'm trying to find out who said it because we got a lot of tweets. Oh, Larson smiles from the DJD show. Hashtag make Bree smile. Okay, we got some. Sorry, now I'm looking at Twitter. I'm seeing Rogue wins by a coma. Oh, that's fucking Cecil. Oh my god, hold on. I'll show you guys this while I'm catching up on super chats. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I must have looked away for a brief moment, and then they all snuck up on me. I love this community. Seriously, guys. We have so much fun every day. Have a laugh right now. There you go. Let's see. Salvador also said, thank you very much, if all those women make up the Megazord, then Lena Dunham is obviously Titanus. Also, you missed by their super chat. Is it too early to day drink? I am now caught up, so thank you, Salvador. No, as long as you know your limits. Now, I'll day drink with friends. We'll start at 9 in the morning. Not a problem. Dion and I have woken up, cracked beers before breakfast. I don't consider that alcoholism, you know, if you do it every once in a while. So I can party with the best of them, but I do it so infrequently that it's almost like I don't drink at all. Or I drink so much over a short period of time, it's like I've drank for the entire year in 2 days. So look at it that way. But no, Salvador, I'm gonna assume you're on the East Coast or Eastern Standard Time like me. So 9:17 is not too early. And if you're on the West Coast and it's 6:17, well, you shouldn't have stopped partying because do the bars close out there? Probably. But, you know, have some fun, man. If you ever get drunk, shoot us some messages. We'll have some fun on Twitter. Let's see. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead, we already read yours. Thank you. Stephen Morgan, I just read yours. Thank you again for letting me know, because I did miss a couple. I don't know where they went. I guess I was laughing at all the people ripping on Faith. Mr. V, thank you very much. Those storyboard pictures of the new Dumbo movie? Oh, damn. If I ever need jokes for a roast, I'm just going to say, hey, guys, send me the meanest jokes you can about X, Y, and Z, and we'll take them from there. The Shadow Loaf knows. Thank you very much, the Shadow Loaf. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. I accidentally ran over a fat woman in my car today. She got off up the road and shouted at me, "Why didn't you go around?" I said, "I didn't think I had enough gas." Ouch! These are so dumb. I love them. Oh, my God. Thank you guys for making Good Morning Pop Culture nothing but fun. There we go. So I'm all caught up. Faith ate a radioactive donut, codename Hamburger. God damn. Woo! Oh. So, Jeff, so is Faith really Brie Larson on Twinkie diet? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Jeff, is that Jeremy producing? Is that the Jeremy producing factory? Yeah, it's on the Death Star. That's why there's only a few Jeremys left in the universe. Faith, directed by Rian Johnson. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. You know, if they ever make a new Transformers movie, Unicron should be played by Rian Johnson. John Lance, thank you very much for super chat. So here's the question. Will they play everyone's favorite Sir Mix-a-Lot song in the Faith movie? I hope not. I don't want that song to be associated. So, John, everyone out there knows that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is my favorite situational comedy sitcom, favorite show. I think it's the funniest show ever. And now every time I think of Baby Got Back, I think of Sweet D when she's got no back brace. She's like, "No back brace, bitches. Oh, baby got back. Oh, oh." And I just think of her lanky ass dancing. And then I'm like, D, that is not what that song is about. It's about Sir Mix-a-Lot rapping about black women with beautiful big butts. And then Frank's like, "Big butts are good," or "Black butts are good." That's the line. He says, "Black butts are good." So I don't want that song that has been the anthem for so many people for 2 decades to be anywhere near Faith. It'd be like if they put, what would be another one? No, I'm not going to say that's just too fucking mean. Never mind. So what if, in contrast to having to get in shape to play a superhero, the actor usually they gain weight to play? Let me reread that. I'm sorry. So what if, in contrast to having to get in shape to play a superhero that actors usually do, the actress cast as Faith has to gain weight to play her? Well, Ryan Gosling gained weight for a movie, and Matt Damon gained weight for a movie. So, I mean, that's no difference. There's no difference. But I think in the world we live in, they're going to talk about body shaming and body positivity and all this stuff. Why superhero and comic book movies? Why do these need to be the the container, the vessel for these messages to for these fucking movies, for these messages. Like, why comic books? Why can't we just have some fun? Why can't Batman go punch the Riddler and shit and solve crimes? You know, a murder mystery starring Batman, something like The Long Halloween. Who did it? Let's find out. You got 12 months to figure it out, Batman. Riddle me this. Yeah, me neither, Alphamar. I can't lie either. De Niro gained 70 pounds for the film Raging Bull. Yeah, that's just a part of acting, to gain weight for movies. I think they'll cast... I think Faith will be a bad joke if they cast somebody like a Rebel Wilson. I know people keep saying, "Oh, Rebel Wilson," but if they cast her, she's not known as a quality actress. I saw her in Pain and Gain. She was okay. I like that movie. I know a lot of people don't. But you have to take an actress who's considered serious, or an unknown. I think an unknown would be smart for Faith if you're going to make the movie at all. Like, if that's the movie you decide to make, you do it. You do it with an unknown, because Amy Schumer can't act. No, I want justice. She can't act at all. Stallone gained weight for Copland. Yeah, Copland's a good movie. Faith, gas, and sweat combined to form Dion's glue factory. Nicki Minaj as Captain Marvel. You go from a woman with no ass to a woman with an ass the size of a small asteroid. That would be... Her and Kim Kardashian make up the army that she's on. The Kree army. Jesus, that would be terrible acting. Just giant asses. Marvel would not be able to recover from that. Judi Dench as Captain Marvel. Okay. Judi Dench, sure. I love Judi Dench. Dame Judi Dench as Captain Marvel. I won't smile because I can't. I'm too wrinkled. Commander Jeremy is commanding the Low Council. Cecil looks on. Kardashian is ugly now. Minaj is still hot. I think they both have fake butts, though, so they're kind of in a category for me. The same category. It's fake. There's some Kim Kardashian love. Asteroid with 2 S's. I see what you did there. Honey Boo Boo is a young face. Is she still alive? I mean, well, fuck, that's kind of mean to say. She's still alive. Is she still relevant? I haven't heard from Honey Boo Boo or Mama June in years. Every time I think of Honey Boo Boo, I think of South Park. I'm Honey Boo Boo. I'm fat as shit, and I don't care or whatever. And she talks about my heart. I got a pig's heart or something. That's the best episode of South Park in years. That's it. Oh my god. Screw it. Go full SJW and cast Nia Jax as Faith. Well, she's not like most girls. Hello, Xavier. Welcome to the show. Tess Holiday as Faith. Is that the woman that was on the magazine cover? Somebody posted that in our Facebook group. I didn't. Some people were getting upset. Well, just Dion. Just Dion's the only one that got upset. I don't really pay attention. I don't consider our community a mean community. They're very, very well behaved, very cool. I like all the people that are on our Facebook page. We have men and women that like world class bullshitters, so they hang out up there. Kim Kardashian's ass is so big it has its own congressman. Senator Kanye from Bitchville. Mama June lost 200 pounds. She is skinnier. Good for her. It's a journey. So we can make jokes about these people. Well, the fictional people. I do. I have no qualms about making fun of a fucking drawing. Whose feelings got hurt? I'm not making fun of the artist for, their artistic ability, because the Faith drawings look good. They're well rendered. They're well digitally painted. They look nice. I think the character lives and dies by the gimmick of it being a large woman. So what else am I supposed to look at beyond that? If that's all the character is to you, if that's all you present to me as the audience, then that's all I will see. So am I supposed to look deeper? Is there subtext? Well, no, you guys aren't really giving me that. Kate Upton is Captain Marvel. I like Kate Upton. There's a trend with what I like. It's pretty easy to figure it out. Alexandra Daddario, Kate Upton, Kat Dennings. There's if you read between the lines of Good Morning Pop Culture, you'll learn all about me. So go back and listen to all the old episodes to learn a lot about me. Katherine Heigl is Captain America. My God, if If Lena Dunham is the Titanus to the Megazord that was made up of Natalie Portman, Brie Larson, Anne Hathaway, Anne Hath No Brain, and the two others that I'm forgetting, Katherine Heigl would be the Dragonzord that just arches over Natalie Portman's little bitty head. Christian Bale from The Machinist's Faith. Oh my God. It's like a toothpick compared to her. Does everyone know what that means? Yeah, I guess Katherine Heigl's still alive. I promised Kat Dennings yesterday and I didn't deliver. Fine. I'm going to deliver Kat Dennings in just a moment because I'm a man of my word. If I miss a super chat, I go back. If I miss something, I'll go back. I'm not a man to... I'm not too proud to admit when I'm wrong or forget to do something. So I promised Kat Dennings, and I'll give you Kat Dennings. Let's see. I'm typing it in, typing stuff in. But you got to look at this first. So our friend John, this was his choice for Faith. Oh my God, that's a blurry-ass picture, but it'll do. I think if you look at this picture in high definition, your eyes will be cut by the ribs of Christian Bale. So this is Christian Bale from The Machinist. If you guys don't know, can of tuna every day and lost a shitload of weight. And then his next movie, I believe, was Batman Begins. So, I mean, we're talking some serious body change. Good for Christian Bale. Christian Bale has always made the commitment to acting. He may be a douche about some stuff. Like, I don't like his, oh, good for you, thing on the set. I thought that was a little in bad taste. I look like this. When you've made it to such a high level in career, in success, in fame, what is there to be pissed off about? Life is good. You make millions of dollars for minimal work. Be cool to people. There are people out there that bust their ass for, $7 an hour, and they give their money to you to come see you in a movie. So just be happy that you won the lottery in terms of your place in life. Is that a necromorph? No, that is Christian Bale. He immediately should have done a remake of Thinner after that movie. I love the movie Thinner so much. The Shadow Loaf knows. Off topic, but any thoughts on the I'm with Norm thing? Apparently Norm Macdonald making SJW's Riri legend. I love Norm Macdonald. Everything he says, do I agree with it? No, not everything. I mean, the 9/11 jokes that Norm Macdonald makes, they're jokes. I get it. I don't find them funny after a while, because after a while it's like, yeah, I get it. You're repeating the same shit. I will look into the whole I'm with Norm thing. I grew up with Norm Macdonald. I have a certain level of respect for the man, and no, I won't just come out and say, oh yeah, I'm sure I agree with him 100%. Probably do. I just got to look into it. But I need to check out what Norm Macdonald's going through, because Norm Macdonald is, you want to find out together. Let me give you that picture of Kat Dennings that I promised. Kat Dennings Thor premiere. That's what we want to look up. That's Kat Dennings at her finest. Just saying. We need large photos. High definition is the key to all of this. That'll work. That's almost 2,000 pixels. But I promise you, Kat Dennings, I have a man of my word. See, there we go. So in 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, there they are. Let's see. Salvador, thank you very much for a super chat. They should cast a gay trans biracial man as Faith. If you're going to be woke, you got to be all on awake. You're going to be woke. You're going to be all on awake. Play dumb games. You're going to win dumb prizes. Yes, you're going to win dumb prizes. What do these people expect? You give them what they want all the way. Don't go half-assed. Let's see. Norm Macdonald has a point about forgiveness. Okay, this comes from the Dallas Morning News. Is that what I'm looking up, guys? Norm Macdonald has a point. Not has been a dismissal of the Me Too movement, but the trauma wait, I have to pay to read the Dallas news? I'm not going to give you fucking money. I don't even live in Texas. Bullshit. Norm Macdonald. What did he do now? He made a Down syndrome joke. I got to look into this whole I'm with Norm shit because, wait, something got canceled? Norm Macdonald is apologizing after his week went from bad to worse after the comedian whose appearance on The Tonight Show was canceled Tuesday following his tone-deaf remarks about the hashtag #MeToo movement. Made light of Down syndrome during an interview on the Howard Stern show. Again, I have to subscribe to read the USA Today. You know what? Fuck this. Fuck all of this. Sorry. I apologize about the Norm Macdonald thing. I'll have to look into it on a deeper level. My God, are those real? Holy shit, that's a nice picture. There was no photoshopping done to that photo. That's all Kat Dennings. That's the real McCoy. Yeah, Salvador, I'm aware of that. 2010? I remember that. Turbo Dunks is garbage here. Terry Crews is Captain Marvel. Go watch Razorfist video about it. It's so good. Okay, I will, Grand Inquisitor. I'm sorry I didn't buy you on the shelf from Ollie's the other day. I do care about you. I care about all of you, Grand Inquisitor. I'm sorry I didn't spend $3 to save your life. Maybe if I go back to that store, like if I'm in the area, I'll run it. If it's still there, I'll pick it up and I'll live stream it just for you. Just for you. Jeff, okay, so that one. Can those large orbs choke you? Willing to find out. Sean Penn made a comment about hashtag #MeToo. Also, he'll be next on the chopping block. Sean Penn, we'll find out what he said. I'll find out and read into it. It's funny how entertainment is no longer about fun and escapism. You know, I used to be able to sit down and watch Indiana Jones, and it's about, you know, a guy, an atheist finding God, and, you know, the Ark, and don't look at it, Marion, and then, you know, the Holy Grail isn't the cup of Christ, but the relationship between him and his father. You know, there's entertainment, but there's a deeper meaning to all this. You know, Fortune and Glory, Indiana Jones chose to do the right thing and save the kids in Temple of Doom. But that's no more. Now Indiana Jones it's time for a female Indiana Jones. Well, you had Laura Croft. Well, it's time for this. You know, it's time for you to shut the fuck up. That's what it's time for. Okay? Let's have some fun at the movies. That's why shit like Jumanji impressed me, because it was fun. Maybe you don't like Kevin Hart. I don't really like Kevin Hart that much, but it was fun. I was able to sit back and turn off my brain and enjoy it. Mission Impossible 6, fun, spectacle, loved all of it. There was nothing but a good time in that movie. Tom Cruise's Scientology be damned, the whole movie was just action after action. You know, they had the part where they descended from the airplane, and that was cool and action-packed, and they had to save Henry Cavill. All kinds of shit happened in that movie. That movie had more action and fun in the first 5 minutes than most of these woke movies could ever even imagine of having. Like, the thought police were like, hey, sounds like you're having fun in there. You better stop. You better worry about the oppressed. You better get back in line. Fuck off. Let's see. The Shadow Loaf knows. Razor Fist made a video on it. If you want to look into it some more without subbing to them, literally. I'll check out. I'm a Razor Fist subscriber. Razor Fist has been on this channel multiple times. Some people like him and what he has to say. Maybe you don't like some of his stuff. I like Razor Fist. I will stand by that. Razor Fist has been very kind to this channel. He's appeared here twice. Have an open line of communication with him. It's nice. It's nice to be able to talk to him. He's very gracious towards us. So I've subscribed years ago. I heard one of his rants. It's like, this guy fucking gets it. And the whole God fucking speed. I'm a Razor Fist fan for pretty much for life. For as much as let's see, Finding Solo to Jeff Hicks Unchained. There's a YouTube channel called No Bullshit who talk about men. Oh yeah, I've talked to No Bullshit. No Bullshit review. Yeah, the big one's got 400-something thousand. I sent him a message. I said, can we get together? And he said, yeah. So I got to respond back. I just completely forgot about that. I'll get in contact with him. He knows who we are, and I think we could have fun. Darcy needs her own late night Cinemax Marvel movie. The Late Shift with Darcy, because she doesn't have a last name. She's just Darcy. Yeah, she's a late night radio host, and she's talking about her stuff with Thor. I know what you mean by a late night Cinemax film, and that's fine. But I'm just saying that's the only plot for a Darcy film that I'd be cool with, where she's just like a late night radio host, and people call in and talk about the Avengers and shit. Squeenix doesn't want fun stuff in the next Tomb Raider games. No dual pistols, no backflips, and almost importantly, no dinos. No money from me. Yeah, Tomb Raider just isn't for me. I had the first one on PC. Back when I had a PC powerful enough to play the newest games, was when Tomb Raider 1 was new. And the only thing I liked to do in Tomb Raider was play in her mansion and jump around. I thought that game sucked. The controls were shitty. Jeff, why did Tom Cruise bother saving Superman? Because Tom Cruise is a hero to everybody. That's the reason why. What would you think if they made a movie about the game Uncharted? It's like John Cena as good as Nathan Drake. All joking aside, an Uncharted film would be awesome. I love Uncharted. 1 and 2 are... I talked to our friend Obi-Wan27883 about gaming on our last live stream many months ago. The last patron hangout, we talked about Uncharted, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm kind of warming up to talking about gaming on the channel. I'm not saying we're going to go and become a Let's Play channel, but I do want to get our Twitch channel activated so we can have some fun. Stone Loki, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. It's all a propaganda campaign now. Hollywood sold out, and now they want to enforce their view on the world. They all know better than the rest of us. Well, Stone Loki, that is why we can speak with our wallets. They can know better than the rest of us, but here's one thing that I know better than the rest of them. They're not going to get my money on dumb shit. Marvel is something that I used to just throw down my 10 or 20 bucks to go see no matter what, blindly. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, don't know dick about it. I'll see it because it's a Marvel flick. It all ties into the Avengers. Captain Marvel gets a pass because this is the last Avengers movie that I think most of us will go see. It's kind of come to its natural conclusion. I think a lot of us are tired from it. But we can say no, guys. That's the thing. Get as militant as them about not spending your money. Throw money at independent projects, independent movies, comics like Stealing Solo, all kinds of stuff. Independent stuff is the future. Through YouTube, through all this stuff, you can help channels like ours, channels like there's those guys that just make videos where they drop shit in slow motion and stuff. Short, quickly consumable content is the future for the younger generation. And then for the movies and the grand scale stuff, we're getting to a point where money is no object to make a movie. You can make a movie for, 20 grand. And you could put them, if you can get a group of talented people to work on a movie together for an agreed upon amount, if you put that money into a camera and the equipment, you can make the next Halloween. You just need a good script and somebody with vision. And vision isn't something everyone has, but it's a thing that people can build. They can work on. Maybe I have a good kernel of an idea, and then I curate that idea. I consume other entertainment that's in that realm. I continue to, like for me with Stealing Solo, I know how to do comic books. I've done them before. But, as I'm doing this new one, this Stealing Solo, I'm looking at some of my all-time favorite pages. I'm looking at things and the way storytelling flows on a page. I'm really meticulous on this one. I've always, even when I'm not drawing, I'm always drawing in my brain. I'm always learning those things. I think that's what you can acquire that eye to make a movie. You can acquire that mindset to write a story. And if you can't, you can take your idea or your vision to somebody that does have it. You can work together and you can make anything happen. Dregs, you guys can share stuff in the Facebook group. I don't get mad. I mean, our friend Yakov, has an ad spot on the channel. So, that's that. And then our friend, oh my God, I gotta read his name. He's going to get a couple spots on the channel too, because he's a patron. So, but yeah, feel free to share it with people. We have a lot of writers, a lot of people that want to make their own stuff. I'm not going to tell you your dream isn't good enough to share. So just go share it. I mean, it doesn't hurt this channel. It just helps you guys. Let's see. At Jeff, number 697 here. When can I expect my Stealing Solo? Well, I am become Death Destroyer of Worlds. Stealing Solo will be to you in February. And as soon as we hit our goal number of 30,000, you're going to get your early bird certificate from Stealing Solo before Christmas. Just a little fun nod. Go Google the early bird certificate from Star Wars to learn what I'm doing. Like I told you, they sold an empty box at Christmas of '77 that promised you 4 action figures after you sent in the coupon. Well, I'm sending you a nice throwback homage to that. Just a little bit of fun, guys. That's what we want with comic books. That's what we want with movies. Fun. It's not about boring, droll shit. It's about fun. I want to make you guys laugh, feel good, look forward to the next project that I make. Thank you very much, Stephen Morgan, for your super chat. What role do you think Captain Marvel will play in Avengers 4, considering Thor got so close to ending Thanos? It's rumored that there's time travel involved, so... I wouldn't be... I would actually take... I won't take back everything I've ever said about the Captain... I won't take back what I said about the Captain Marvel trailer at all. Now, if Captain Marvel... If they go back in time, and Captain Marvel is a relic back there, and they interact with her in the past, I won't be too upset. I don't really want her to ruin the flow of the camaraderie. Not every Marvel character met in Infinity War, and I honestly think some of the stuff on Wakanda was a little Like, that to me, the movie ends on a strong note, but I would much prefer that film to have ended on Titan, more personal, smaller scale thing, kind of like in Return of the Jedi. Yes, there's the big battle outside, but the real story of Luke Skywalker ended in the throne room when Darth Vader, was defeated by Luke, and then Vader turned on the Emperor and saved Luke and was fully redeemed. That little moment is like the kernel of the story has popped. We've seen it all. It's through it. It's in that small little space. But I like the point that you made, Stephen, about Thor came so close to ending it. What is she going to do? Use her plasma beams or whatever the fuck she shoots out of her armpits? That's it. What role do I honestly think she'll play? And I'm not trying to play up the whole anger, but I honestly think that Captain Marvel will usurp the power from Iron Man, because people kind of like Stark, blah blah blah, or they look to Captain America. I think she'll make some tactical decision that Captain America will just nod and approve of, and he'll just either die or he'll just, fight on the sidelines to Captain Marvel, and she'll just fly around like War Machine and bzz, 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 and she'll make some pun or some shit. And Scarlett Johansson's character, Black, I keep wanting to say Scarlet Witch, but I mean Scarlett Johansson because I like Scarlett Johansson quite a bit. But she'll make some kind of comment, and they'll say girl power, and that'll be in the movie. She's gonna make fun of Spider-Man as well, and Spider-Man's gonna take it because Spider-Man's been cucked out. Oh, he's just a kid though; he'll grow. Old Spider-Man of the '60s didn't take shit from anybody. He was actually kind of an asshole when he had the costume on, and then he would run away and be like, "Oh, nobody understands me." I'm like, "Because you're an asshole, Peter." And then the older you get and you read those stories, you're like, "Yeah, I kind of get why people don't like Spider-Man. He's a dick." Let's see though. Thor beating Thanos almost was intense. I'll give it that. It was very intense because I liked the whole what am I trying to say? I like that it made Thanos vulnerable, and that they lost on a whole nother scale. It's like, yeah, they won, and then it takes it away from you. You get that moment of pleasure, like excitement as an audience member, and then it's sucked away from you at the last moment. And that's what that was a purpose for. I don't even think it was to say more about the bigger picture. It was just that Thor was defeated. But, Stephen, to answer you a little deeper, I think what's going to happen is the status quo is going to be reset in a different way. So Thor will live. I say Thor survives the Avengers. I say Captain America bites the bullet. Iron Man will live. From a business, we can all play doomsday prophesizer with the MCU, but from a business financial standpoint, Robert Downey Jr. is money. There's a reason why the guy makes like $80 million on an Avengers movie. Because he's got a sweetheart of a deal, but because he actually brings in the audience. Robert Downey Jr. is the biggest actor in the world. When you put that guy's face on something, people show up. Like, I don't know, let's say Robert Downey Jr. listened to this show and he said, "Hey, I really like what you do. I want to help you succeed. Put me in one of your movies or something, and I'll help you, and I'll just take my cut." That movie would make so much fucking money because Robert Downey Jr. is in it. Why would you kill him? Because if you take him out of the picture, the potential of Iron Man coming back will hook a lot of people. If the movie ends with like a montage of the Avengers theme plan, and it's like Black Panther's sister getting the armor and this, that, and the other, I'm gonna be pissed off. I don't think they want to go that route. They don't want to really piss off people. They want people to leave happy and look forward to what's next. The online critics they talk about a vocal minority. The online critics, like the actual people that write, the shill people, the shill media is such a small minority, but because they hide behind the classic lines of communication through New York Times and all that kind of shit, they have an overinflated opinion of themselves. It's a new era, folks, in terms of critics. A lot of people will listen to what I say. A lot of people will listen to what Jeremy says and stuff like that. Back in the day, even 10 years ago, in 2008, you had just a handful of critics that were, people would actually pay attention to. Thankfully, times have changed. We've grown. I'm very thankful for that. I'm aware of all that stuff. They get more and more militant to push their ideals because they've lost a lot of their power already. So they'll use what they have left to shape the public opinion, and it's not working anymore. We kind of see through their lies and their garbage. So, folks, just be smart and pay attention to everything. Like, don't give it. Look at like right now. Don't stop thinking about Star Wars. Don't let a piece of news just kind of slip by you and then roll over and accept it. Yeah, Captain Marvel is out, and we're going to be talking about it because it's the big thing and people want to talk about it. The motto of this channel, at least my personal credo, if you have to have a credo, is give the people what they want. So what you guys want, I will produce, and I'm very happy with that because it opens up the line of communications. What I want out of this is an ongoing dialogue, consistent. If there was enough shit to talk about where I could live stream for like 15 hours, I would do it. I don't mind. I love this. Good Morning Pop Culture has a finite time. But I mean, if this show had Mr. Medicare numbers or Old Spice, they did a live stream last night. 39,000 people watched. If we had a 39,000 strong audience in the morning, this show would go on until all day. It would be like a 6-hour show. I would do an 8-hour shift. Get up, use the bathroom, come back. You guys would have a little commercial break. That's all it would be. I like the lines of communication. Just make sure that in terms of Star Wars, long story short, don't forget that if anything comes out, remember what they did to you. Remember how Marvel talked down to you for this. Just remember what they did because they're a big company who talks down to what makes them exist. The fans. That's what they need to realize. That's what you need to realize. You have the power. He-Man reference. I have the power. Well, you know what? You do have the fucking power. Wield it. Wield it responsibly. The Shadow Loaf knows. Thank you very much for your super chat. It's kind of funny. Back in the 70s, making films was expensive as fuck, but made some of the all-time classics, whereas now we have access to technology that is cheaper and far superior, but we make shit like Soilo. What do? Shadowloaf knows, I'm glad you brought this up, especially about the 70s, because I was thinking about John Carpenter and Halloween. $300,000 for that film. $20,000 worth of Donald Pleasance, a heavy hitter actor. Other people were paid $25 a day, like Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers. But you made an all-time great film. It's when I was talking about the vision. You had hungry people. You had the vision. You had to fight for, your spot in line. You had to fight, like YouTube. You have to fight for your spot, for the people's attention. Spielberg making it big, he fought for his attention. He was hungry in the beginning. Then, he didn't get fat and lazy. He still produced stuff that people like. But nowadays, it's about the connections you have. Maybe you had smaller connections to different financiers or this and that and the other, but it all comes from a problem of Disney or one company, one conglomerate holding too much power, because the way you get to the top isn't through good product. Nowadays you could make a film that would have come out in the 70s and made, started a franchise and all this stuff, but you get relegated to Netflix. I think also too, because maybe it was so expensive that people were more, not critical, but people were more reticent. No, what's the word I want to use? People were more cautious to approve a certain movie. Because let's say, for example, with stealing Solo, let's say I took all the money. Let's say the comic book cost me nothing to produce. And I said, I'm going to take this money. I'm going to go produce a movie myself of something. I could produce something in 4K and great sound quality and this and that and the other. But, it may not be a good movie. It may be a good movie because I just have, I get the shit on the cheap. Now, if it cost me $1 million for me, a guy like me that doesn't even have anywhere near close to $1 million, if I had to, somebody gave me that money and this was my big chance, I would be so cautious of every little thing. Maybe you'd micromanage and you'd micromanage too much, but you'd also be focused on every little detail. I think that's why when shit was more expensive, people paid more attention. The way music was produced back in the day, not everybody had access to recording studios and stuff. That's why a lot of old musicians are really more talented than modern day people, because I could take $600. I could go across the river to Guitar Center. I could get myself a keyboard, which I do know how to play. I get myself a mixer and a couple other programs on this computer. I could produce you a fucking hip hop album or an EDM album. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But we live in a world where I can hit one key and it just and it can just fluctuate. And now everything's about repetition and stupid shit. To get onto that music kick again, I heard an interesting article, and it was from maybe it was NPR. Even if you don't like NPR politically, they do talk about some stuff art wise that's interesting. And they talked about how old songs were more complex from a sound. That's not sound resonance. They were more complex audio wise. Like there were more beats, there were more rhythms. Nowadays they have this thing called the millennial whoop. They have all these basic things, and all these songs are written by the same group of people. So everybody takes the same easy approach. Everyone takes the same repetitious approach. That's what Hollywood's doing now. It's the same repetitious shit. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Well, it failed. So now they have to regroup and do something else. Well, we've had 10 years of Marvel, and we're close to the thing, something else. So I think it's because of a brand. Nowadays, we don't really get sold movies. We get sold brands. It's the next way to sell you the brand. So Marvel is the brand. So they're going to sell you the movies, the video games, the comic books, the toys, the TV shows, the blankets, the condoms, all that stuff. All that stuff. So it's really not necessarily about making movies. It's about making money for the brand. Spider-Man is his own brand. See, Marvel's lucky. They own all these characters as one big Marvel brand, but then they own all the characters as their own separate individual brands. So like Thor has his own action figure line. Spider-Man is their biggest superhero. And for a while, he wasn't even in the MCU, and he was still the biggest Marvel superhero. You have Spider-Man trilogy, the duology from Sony, and you have the new one. So Spider-Man has the most films of all the MCU guys as solo people. He has 6. No other Marvel character has 6 solo entries. Iron Man has 3. If you count 4, if you count Homecoming. That's a split bill, in my opinion. But Spider-Man has countless video games, countless action figures, more comics than all of the Marvel characters. He is their biggest brand. But it's not about, making something good. It's just about continuing the brand and selling kids in the future. Spider-Man Homecoming has completely dated and ruined the timeline of the MCU. But it made enough money, and it basically introduced Spider-Man to a new group of people. So what they're hoping is that these people become Spider-Man fans. They'll buy the Funko Pops. They'll get a couple figures, and then they'll grow up. What I would shoot for personally is you find people, you give them what they want, you hook them with something really good, and then you make them lifelong fans, like where they continue to follow like a lot of directors. People follow directors. Like I like Sam Raimi or Edgar Wright. I'll follow them and check out what they make. I like the idea of hooking somebody and then they consume every aspect of your brand. If you're smart, you can do both. You get the fast money, which can fund other shit, and then you get the long-term sustained money, which helps you do other dream projects and shit like that. But thank you, the Shadow Loaf knows. Thank you for super chat, and thank you for the question too. I think that's the honest answer. The accessibility has made it easier. So when something's easy, people don't appreciate it as much. They just, it's nothing. I'll just do whatever. Somebody will fix it in post. Whoa. Marvel condoms? I'm not going to talk about that. There were WWF condoms, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin had his own condom. Folks, let's take a moment to wish our friend John Harrison a happy birthday. So it's John's birthday here in the chat. We do this for everybody here on World Class Bullshitters. If you're a part of this community, your birthday is special, not only to you, but to me and to everyone listening. So all 520 people out there, let's give John a big happy birthday welcome from all of us. John, if you're old enough, have a beer, think of us. If you're not old enough to drink, well, have a nice expensive lemonade. Or if you're old enough and you don't want to drink, I don't know, do whatever you do to make your day special, but have fun. Take it easy. Take a half day at work. Go to that movie you want to see. Buy some comic books. Buy something. I don't give a shit. If you play video games, play an extra level. Eat an extra steak for dinner. Steak sounds so good right now. I haven't eaten yet today, but yeah, man, enjoy your birthday and have fun. And if you're available, worldclassbs@mail.com, shoot me an email, because if you're free tonight, we are having our patron live hangout. So get involved with that. And again, it's time for me to mention the patron hangout tonight. I will be posting the link to the Google Hangout here on Patreon. You will have, it's a little different. We're not going to have anybody on for the entire time, because what happens is we get people locked in and they just keep talking over each other and it doesn't turn out good. So what we're doing is everybody, and I'm going to write this on there, you have to bring your own topic. Bring your own topic for the patron hangout tonight, and then we will discuss that as a group. And then once we get through that, we will bring in, we'll get to the next topic, and we'll keep it like a 5 or 10 minute discussion, and then we're going to bring in new people type of thing. I'll have it all worked out by the end of the day. I believe if Kendo's free, I'm going to have Kendo join me to help keep things, moving forward. But it's going to be a lot of fun because it is a fan appreciation night. We've hit 74,000 subscribers. This has been the best year of my life ever, realistically. People talk about, oh man, I miss college or high school or this and that. Up until this year, I'd say, man, 2008, 2009 school year was the happiest time of my life. Not a care in the world. I didn't have to worry about money or anything. Was living the college life, drinking, banging, doing all the fun stuff. But 2018 has been so much better. This channel's grown. We have this community. So I'm excited. I'm really thankful. And I do appreciate everybody out there. We almost had 600 people watching this morning. Talk about good numbers. Good Morning Pop Culture is really an important part to a lot of people's days. And I want to continue to do that. And I want to give you guys even more as a thank you. So again, thank you. And make sure if you're a patron tonight, join us. Salvador says, Jeff, I actually have a bachelor's in music. I could go on and on comparing modern music to classic music and how it's all evolved and where it's going. If you want to, you know how to contact me, man. worldclassbs@mail.com. We'll talk. We will talk. Make sure you bring a towel so it doesn't get too moist. Do I have a birthday coming up next month, or is it November? Yeah, actually, guys, my birthday is when Stealing Solo ends. I will be at a birthday party because, as an adult, sometimes you got to pay for your own shit. So I'm having a birthday party. I'm inviting like 40 people. I rented out a bar. Stealing Solo's countdown weekend, October the 20th. My birthday is the 21st. It ends, the 20th is the night that Stealing Solo ends at midnight on the dot. So make sure you guys get in on that. We're going to do live streams consistently through the weekend to promote it and talk about it. But my birthday is the 21st. So I won't be doing any kind of live streaming for that day. It's a Sunday. I don't really live stream on Sundays. I'll be tired, hungover, because I blacked out on my college graduation party. And you only turn 30 once. Yeah, you only graduate college once, but I'm going to see some people I haven't seen in years. I'm going to go balls to the wall crazy with this party. It'll be a nice relaxation at the end of the Stealing Solo push. All the bullshitters are going to be in town for it. We're renting a place. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Airbnb is my new favorite word. So let's see. What's your favorite game franchise? I'm like Grand Theft Auto, because it allows me to do terrible things that I would never do in real life. I'm a very calm guy in real life. I have no intention of ever causing anyone harm. I will defend myself if somebody tries to start shit, but I will never actively go out and beat someone up or cause problems because it's just not me. I'm doing great in life. Why am I going to try to bring someone down? I don't need to elevate myself by being a dick. But in Grand Theft Auto, I will shoot you. I will light you on fire. I will blow your corpse up. I will throw you from a helicopter. Grand Theft Auto is my favorite video game franchise because it's consistently fun. It's got great music. I love to drive around and do nothing. It's a crime power fantasy, which I am not afraid to admit. Because like I told you, I ain't going to do shit in real life because I don't want to go to jail. But in Grand Theft Auto, all I got to do is put in a cheat code and I'm scot-free. So Grand Theft Auto is my ultimate favorite franchise. A close second, probably Legend of Zelda. My topic will be which Axel Foley prank is the best. Banana in the tailpipe, bro. Let's see. It's only just begun, Jeff. 3-0 and Stealing Solo launch approaches. Yeah, man. It's exciting. This is just the channel is now a thing and keeps growing and keeps growing. We have so many things to do. You guys like the channel. We have infinite amount of topics because we talk about entertainment. Get prepared for more world-class bullshitters taking over the world. Salvador, thank you very much for your super chat. Chat, if you can, give super chats to contribute to Jeff's birthday extravaganza. Salvador, that is very kind. I mean, I'm not going to turn down free drinks from you guys. I appreciate that. Jeff, will you do a full face stream on world-class bullshitters for 100,000 subscribers, please? I've done one already, but I can again. Go watch live from Horror Hound. It's Dion and I on camera the entire time. There are pictures and videos of us. I'm not, I'm well documented of what I look like. If my background was cleaner, I'd turn on my camera. I'm not afraid. Me and my damn work glasses. Darth Tika, what have you missed? You missed a great episode. Yesterday was fantastic. Today was just as good. Thank you, Captain Marvel. You've given World Class Bullshitters new life. The Shadow Loaf knows. On a lighter note, what would be your top 3 comedians? Don Rickles is God. Also, happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday to our friend John. Enjoy your day, man. Enjoy your day, like I'm saying. But Shadow Loaf knows, thank you very much. My 3 favorite comedians. Now, are we talking stand-up or acting? Because I'll just give you 3 comedians that I like. I like Eddie Murphy, and yes, he's not funny anymore, but in the 80s, he was untouchable. I also like Richard Pryor. I like George Carlin. I like Louis C.K. at one point in time. And I really used to like, who else? Dave Chappelle. I don't think Dave Chappelle is as funny as he used to be, but overall, Chappelle's Show is golden. That is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Those 2 seasons and 5 episodes that they made afterwards, you couldn't touch it. Season 2 of Chappelle's Show holds up better than anything on TV now. Nowadays TV is stupid. Back then, TV was a much different landscape, and Chappelle's Show rose above because it was I'm Rick James, bitch, the Wayne Brady episode. So many memorable pop culture moments came from Chappelle's Show Season 2. Chappelle's Show Season 2 was really important for the cultural landscape for many, many years. 04 is when it was on. I'd say until about 07 or 08 was, Chappelle's Show quotes were in the vernacular. Everybody was talking about it. Even to this day, I've said, like, if I ever see Let's Make a Deal, in my mind I go, I'm Wayne Brady, bitch. I mean, what more can you ask for? Stephen Morgan says, what would you like for your birthday, Jeff? A new house would be great, but in all honesty, guys, the stuff you do for the channel is great. I really appreciate it. So, whatever you want to do is fine. I don't want to be like, yeah, I want an Xbox One X and all this shit now. I appreciate the support for everything, Steven. I mean, you got me Batman the Animated Series to win a review for the channel. So, whatever you want to do, awesome. I feel weird asking for shit specifically. So, but thank you, though, for asking. It's going to be a fun year. My favorite comedian is Brie Larson. Damn. Hot shit. Oh, Rodney Dangerfield's good. And so is Bill Burr. I listened to Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast. Bill Burr's fucking hilarious. His Labor Day one was great. GTA 5 is my favorite. San Andreas being my second favorite. GTA 4 is very overrated, in my personal opinion. Pete, I know we don't know each other, but if you said that to me in person, I would hug you. And I would try to make it not awkward because I hate GTA 4. You talk about overrated, game of the year, 10 out of 10. They were so focused on the bullshit narrative of Nico Bella coming to America that they forgot how poor the gameplay mechanics were. You like Grand Theft Auto? You want to fly a plane? Not anymore in Liberty City. You can't. You want to do all this cool shit with your characters? Not anymore. We took it out. Why? For a better story. Hey, you know what? You want to go bowling with your cousin? Nico, it's your cousin Roman. Like that's all that is. In the cars drive like boats. The game is ugly. Grand Theft Auto 5 is colorful. It's beautiful. It's funny, like Grand Theft Auto is supposed to be. Grand Theft Auto 5 is what GTA 4 should have been. But you know what? It wasn't. We have Saints Row 2 in 2008 to cover for what Grand Theft Auto 4 should have been. Gamepad 31. I am a fan of the Evil Dead movies. I will be doing commentaries for all of those for Schlocktoberfest on the channel. So, folks, if you know what Schlocktoberfest is, it's our October celebration of horror films. And we've already recorded They Live. I know They Live is technically science fiction, but it's like in that dark science fiction era or genre. John Carpenter. We love John Carpenter. We've already done The Thing with our friend GrendleFan84, and I think the Kinky Pinkies was on there as well. So that was a lot of fun. But if you are a patron of a certain level and you have a request for a horror commentary, contact me now. I've already talked to everybody for the Twilight Zone. So like Midnight Cherry TV and all those people that have contacted me, I will be getting back to you. I will have my master list made, and I will tell you what, and then you pick 5 other episodes. You can't do season 4 because we're not doing the hour ones. We're doing just the 30-minute ones for the sake of the stream. If you love horror movies, make sure you check out Patreon and make your requests like now, because Nick and I have been doing the commentary recording behind the scenes. So you guys need to get on that if you want to get involved. So Sleeping Dogs is great if you haven't played it yet. Is that the Chinese one? I have played that game. It was free on PlayStation. That's a lot of fun. Yes, Evil Dead commentary tracks. Plus, I went to Michigan State, like the kids in the movie. Dion and I both love Sam Raimi movies, and we have a lot of fun talking about those. PlayStation Classic, December 3rd. Yeah. Are you serious that you'd like an Xbox One X? I do. I won't allow myself to buy one because I know it will just suck up time for the channel. Because I used to have all the 360 games, and my Xbox 360 was stolen. It was messed up. I'll never forget. It was the day before the PlayStation 4 launched. It was that Thursday going into Friday when it came out, and they broke in. They stole my 360, my TV, my PS3, and my computer. They didn't touch the Wii. Like, I actually have a picture of my house being broken into, and the Wii was the Wii stands alone, and I was upset. And at the time, I knew a guy who needed some money, and so I wasn't going to donate money. But it's funny, every time I had a PS3, somebody needed money, so I bought a used PS3 from them just to try to help him out. This guy's like, I need $150. I'll say a PS3 and an extra controller. And I thought, oh well, I'll just do it. So I bought it from him, but I had sold all my 360 games because I thought I'll never buy another Xbox, because my mom's boyfriend bought me a PlayStation 4 as a Christmas gift that year. And I was like, cool, man, thank you so much. He also bought me a new computer. Her boyfriend's awesome. He does a lot to help us out. But, I just sold my 360 stuff. So on Xbox One X, I'd love to go back and play a lot of those old games on the 360, especially the Gears of War, and get some of the Xbox upscale ones. Xbox, I was a system. I had the first two and loved them, even though my 360 broke so many times. I had, 3 red-ringed white systems. I used to take the towel and wrap it up and then heat it to resolder the chip and then play it for like a couple months, and then it would break again. And then when I came home from college, when I moved back home officially, my mom was like, I'm going to get you a gift. So she bought me the black Xbox 360, the shiny one. And that was probably my most used system. Netflix, video games, everything. I had Spider-Man 3. That was one of my most played games, probably 100 hours on that system. My thoughts on Sony's new PS1 of classics. I read it this morning. I love the old PlayStation. I still have one somewhere. What I don't like is we don't know the game selection, and they're using the pre-DualShock controllers. So if you're into it, awesome, more power to you. I'll skip it. I don't own the NES Classic or the Super NES Classic. I bought a Super NT. The one that does high def 1080p, all Super Nintendo games. It's wrapped up in the paper still because I haven't had time to play it. I did dust off my Switch though, because I wanted to check it out. So in my office, I got this computer, my microphone, and then there's a Switch with a missing left Joy-Con in the dock, and I could play Sonic the Hedgehog when I have a little bit of free time. All work and no play makes Jeff something. Hey, look, at all work and no play makes Jeff successful. I'll be honest, I haven't done a lot of video games or anything this year, and look where the channel's gone. Like, after I get off this stream, old me would have been like, I think I'll play PlayStation for a little bit. I'll play some Sleeping Dogs. I'll blow up some shit in Grand Theft Auto. Now it's like, hey, the next video is going to get made, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So, it's all beneficial for all of us if I keep myself from too much fun. That's why I'm going to have a big, crazy birthday party, and then, we're going to take a little break around Christmas to regroup, to eat everything in sight. Ethan talks about the pies. I'm going to enjoy a lot of pies. So, guys, thank you to everyone who has been here this morning. Again, Good Morning Pop Culture, those numbers keep on going up. I guess because the channel grows, so more people get involved. So thank you to everyone. Everyone who helps the channel. The Super Chats, obviously, I appreciate you guys so much. You're the backbone of how we're able to do a lot of the extra stuff we do. And I appreciate that. I just want you guys to know. And I'll be back tonight with the patron hangout. So if you're a patron, whatever level you're at, just make sure that you guys join us. Bring a topic, and we'll keep it rolling. It'll be rotating, and you're more than welcome to come and join us. And please join us tonight to get involved in the conversation here. That's the best part. We're talking, you guys are talking back, we're listening to each other, we're having a good discussion about entertainment. The world of entertainment is fucked right now, but you know what? It's not beyond saving because it's worth saving. Entertainment is the universal language that has brought people together from all walks of life. I can meet a dude from Kuala Lumpur, but still, wait, there's no more. Okay, anyway, meet somebody from that part of the world. They've seen Star Wars, I've seen Star Wars, we have something to talk about. That brings two unique people together from different parts of the world, two different cultures, two different ethnicities. We all come under the guise of Star Wars. So entertainment is that universal language, and there's no reason why that these idiots, these douchebags in Hollywood, should be able to tear it apart, to ruin it for all of us. So folks, have a good day. I'll be back tonight with that, and if anything crazy happens in the world of entertainment, I'll be here to cover it, because that's what I do. Our friend Michael from Retro Blasting calls himself a pop culture archaeologist, which I love. By the way, folks, check out Retro Blasting. They finally put out a new video. It's great, as always. Retro Blasting never puts out bad content. I stand by that 100%. But I'm more like a pop culture John McClane. I will put up with a lot of shit, but I will come out victorious because I have everybody on. I have all you guys on my side. So, guys, thank you. Check out Stealing Solo. It's available for a month, and we'll have some fun tonight.